How's it going, people? And welcome back to the Jumper Punch. Welcome back to another emergency meeting. Hello, everybody in the chat who's already watching. If you haven't hit this like button right now, smack the like button. Let's get it into the feeds of people. It's going to be a good one tonight, probably about 2-3 hour plus. So let's see. If you want to join as well, I've chucked the link in the description below or in the chat. If you want to join, hello to everybody that's live. If you're watching game day, I've just got home and I'm straight into it again. So, but before we start, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I just need to get something. Where are we going? This one. Sorry. This is what I want to do just before we start. Yeah. All right. So as I was saying, if you were watching game day, and thank you to everybody that donated and commented and liked and everything, right? You would have got to a point in the game where Brody Kebab missed a goal directly in front, and I said I had Pokemon cards worth more than this bloke's contract. There you go. Worth more than that bloke's contract. Actually worth more than him as a footballer. Because he, as your number one forward, ain't going to fucking cut it. Absolutely abysmal. Mitch McGavin, again, with his kicking woes in front of goal. Harry Mackay turned into the snowflake that he is again. Adam Chera, again, with the COVID strain, 55 of his hamstring tightness, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But before we get into it, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's live and joining us directly in the Marzi Bar studio. There's a winner, and that was once a winner behind me on my left, your right. Big Sinatra, yibbada, that's all, folks. And that is all, folks. Carlton can't make the finals, as I said. Pipe Bomb, Knox 434. What a bunch of weak dogs, should be disgraced with themselves. And Kemp should be dropped and never seen or heard of again. Mick Marcucci, the general. I wonder if he's going to join tonight. Desperate for a few key players to wash ourselves of this filth that we have who are just weak and don't give a fuck. Blue Bagger, our forward line, needs a proper shake-up. As I was saying on game day, it's the worst forward line I've ever seen at Carlton in my life. This is the worst forward line I've ever seen in my life. Gut the list, fucking weak as piss. Don't think Mackay is blameless. He's weaker than Kemp mentally. Little knock must have knocked him around a lot. Pies got to hammer us by at least 8 goals plus. I know we have somebody waiting in the wings. I'll get to you. He's lost me. I was a defender of Harry, but after this, he can get stuffed. Any other player in the AFL would have come back on or at least tried, but he was so quick to put the jacket on, weak as piss. We've got a couple about Harry Mackay. Harry Mackay, in no hurry, Mick. By the way, will Rocco come on tonight? He was missing at the watch along. Well, he was on level 2 of the house that we were at. So, yeah, new coach, can't go on with the spuds in our side. Well, I said that we lack a lot of quality. So, I don't know what we're all surprised about. I guess it's the filth, and yeah, you're gonna be angry. Joanne, how are you? Too much responsibility on our young players again. Not enough experienced players to step up again. Well, there was some experienced players making a lot of mistakes. Enzo Valentino, we were lucky. We were even in the game. No full back, no full forward. Pies too efficient in front of goals. Harry too soft. Good little synopsis of the game. Imagine if we had traded Harry to Melbourne a couple years back. Oh, imagine the uproar. Remember when that? And I go, yeah, we'll trade him. Nah, nobody wanted to. Jacana, how you going? Pathetic display, but seriously, what did we expect? Mars back inside the house after his game day. Date night, yeah, it was a disaster. Ibo 3908. We're a team that's been slapped together with mediocre players. About time we're all seeing it. Rocco Grasso, fraud gangs. Go get Logan Morris. Well, I said go and do it. Can they at least not kick 69 points? I feel like they're trolling us 100%. James, we all knew this list was shit. Yeah, well, it's just still shit now. We need a good Carl, we know. Yep, 100%. Mars, don't forget to put just as much blame on Mackay for being mentally fragile. Yeah, it's piss week. Absolute piss week. But we don't know the full extent of the injury. Maybe he did do something and he did tear something. Kobe Mackay once had an impact, but Now he's just something from the past. Only Johnny fucking Holden, 1968. Only good thing about tonight is now we fully see who can lay. They can't use the he who shall not be named excuse. It is now all on the players. Same shit under Voss and now Fraser. They got our number. Collingwood have got our number on speed dial. What is that? 6 in a row now? Embarrassing. Our forwards can't lead. It's so frustrating. It's been like that for years. There was a couple of times where I was watching on game day and there were leads there, but they were not honoured. They weren't even thought. They weren't even acknowledged. Petra Khan, he's got the devil face. But hey, let's bring in one little. Here we go. A game day regular. Aiden, how are you, brother? You good? Not good.
I mean, I think I said to you, I would rather lose to Hawthorn but beat Collingwood. But coming into this game, I sort of expected this shit, to be honest with you. Now, I can't be too long because I've got somewhere to be. But again, like, we just got outclassed, outplayed, out everything. It wasn't good enough.
What did you make of our leaders tonight? I mean,
that was shocking.
Wiedering, Walsh. Who else was there on the? Who could we say? Mackay. I don't know who else was there. I don't even know if we've got enough leaders anymore. Newman. I thought Newman was poor tonight. His execution of his kicking as well, decision making, I thought was a bit down. Cripper at times was great, but then Cripper at times was Cripper, where he tries to take on the world. If you go back and watch Game Day Live, where he goes running into an open goal, instead of handballing it to Forky, Jagger Smith, he goes and tries to run in by himself and gets caught holding the ball.
That was Walsh. That was Walsh. I think that was Walsh.
Nah.
After he kicked that, it wasn't Cripps did that too.
Nah, it was Cripper when he went to he should have handballed it over the top to Smith.
That's fucking disgusting. But
yeah,
again, what is it? 2 wins out of our last 11 games against Collingwood. Now, this rivalry is apparently one of the best rivalries in the game. Like, that's fucking disgusting. 2 wins out of our last 11, Mars. Like, are we fucking serious right now? And like, I can't lie to you. I don't think Collingwood are that great. They're just better than us mentally, tactically. They have our measure by a long way. That's why throughout the last 5 years, you've seen us drop games by under a kick. Because again, now they take that rivalry more seriously than what we have. And you've got Cripps saying early in the week and even in the past, is that, the fans, they don't like each other. The fans love this game. Well, if you understand that, then how about you play for the supporters then? Because I'm telling you now, like, every time we play against Collingwood, like, I don't really get that G'd up about it anymore. Because I just know that the players that we have aren't going to give a fuck. The leaders aren't going to step up. And I can't lie to you, I didn't think Collingwood played that great today.
Yeah, I think they just killed us on turnover. That defensive transition to attack, they just slaughtered us. How many goals did they kick from a kick in and from our shallow entries again? Yeah. The way that they just handballed it out and got it out of our forward line was pathetic. We just let them just all day.
Even their overlap run too, like their run and carry, it was like how did we not study that throughout the week? They did that 10 times against North Melbourne, and I remember saying we need to be defensively switched on against Collingwood. I didn't say that last week on here, but I remember saying it to someone, and we weren't. Again, we weren't. The amount of times they got out of our 450, as you said, it was laughable.
I just don't think we have the personnel to quell what they have as he who shall not be named used to say, qualm. I don't think we have the personnel to battle them, to go hand in hand with them and to beat them. Good luck. I mean,
if you looked at the team, by teams on paper, you'd think we'd win this game. Collingwood had a lot of players out, yeah. Again, they're tactically better than what we are, and I think I said this after the Richmond game is that I think we're starting to get a little bit found out.
Yeah, and I didn't get the move of. Sorry to cut you off, but I didn't get the move of McGovern down back and Dirksen up forward. I know you want to try something different, but he was our most dangerous in the air in the last quarter. So I didn't get that one from Fraser. But look, you got to try something to win the game. But
again, how many times have we seen that under Voss where he just decides to swing one player to the other end of the ground? Like, I didn't really see a lot of moves made tonight from where I was, because I was at the game. And nothing really fascinated me at all again tonight. Like our ball movement was off. We lacked cohesion, synergy, any of those big boy fucking words they want to use. And then I look at Collingwood and they were switched on from the minute go.
Oh, they're from start to finish. They were just pressure, hunting impacts, tackling all night. I think they belted us in the tackle counts, like something like 72-48. Like that's just the pressure. That's just an indicator right there from we weren't up to it for the whole match. I mean, execution, as you said, no synergy between the players. It was just kind of throw caution to the wind and hope it works. Didn't look like how he wanted to play football or wanted them to play football.
No.
I don't think Josh
And
Fraser.
again, I think the season's done now. I mean, I don't know what would happen. They did surprise us with winning 7 in a row, but as I said, I think teams have slowly started figuring us out a little bit. And Fraser hasn't really adapted his game model to an extent. Now, by him saying he's not ready to be a coach, was he right in that regard based off the last 2 weeks? I mean, probably not, because we can make a surprise over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
But if I can say one thing, our forward line and our 2 key forwards were fucking atrocious today. They were fucking deplorable. Like, if you want to know when the game was won, they kicked 11 goals. What? 4? We kicked what? 8 goals, 12 behind.
It was like 8-8 at one point. Yeah, 5-5, 7-7. And then we've missed a few out of bounds on the full. Some haven't even made the distance.
And McGovern missing from fucking 35 metres out, couldn't even make the difference. McGovern floater from 45 metres out. Like,
nearly missed his foot.
Again, like we going back to the Charlie trade, we didn't plan properly for that at all. You can tell. We didn't plan properly at that at all. That's the reason why shit like this is happening. Now, we need to seriously go hard for a key forward this trade period, because we will not be making finals, or we will not be winning anything with these 2 spuds, Kemp being one of them, up top, who can't kick.
I think they know that, but the problem is when you're not prepared for your key forward to go, and then you're left with what we're left with, and you're left with 10 minutes left in trade period to get something done, and there's nothing to be done because you haven't prepared for it or you haven't planned for it because of our club. That's how it is, right? You're left with McGovern and Kemp, who are key backs. And not even key backs. They're just intercept defenders that we've turned into forwards. And it's, as I said on the live stream, I keep saying it every single week, it's an embarrassment that these two guys are our key forwards. It's the worst Carlton forward line I've ever seen in my life. I'll put that out there.
And people want us to make finals. You really think that forward line can impact finals?
They won't make finals.
We won't make finals, but I'm saying hypothetically, if we did, we get fucking kicked out week 1 comfortably.
They can't kick a winning score. You can't rely on 11 to 13 different goal kickers every single week. It doesn't work like that.
It's not even that, Mars. It's the fact that how many fucking piss easy goals do we miss each and every single week? It's unforgivable.
I agree.
It's unforgivable. You can't directly in front. You miss. You can't. It's fucking deplorable, Mars.
All the players that they've brought in over the journey too, a lot of them are classless. Not meaning like in the way that they go about it. They don't have the class on field. They're poor execution. They're 2 in 5 kicks, 2 in 5 handballs. 1 will hit, 1 won't hit. They're not damaging footballers. We don't have enough damaging footballers on the list. There's people that try and be damaging, but they're not good enough. And they've proven it that the quality in the list isn't good enough. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say it I don't know how many times I have to beat it into people's heads that the quality on this list it's not good enough. It's good enough to get you to a certain point. That's it.
And that's why you said at the start of the year, this list is full of C, D, and C graders. It's a bottom 4-6 list.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
And I'm not being being facetious in any way.
You're just being realistic.
Yeah,
like that's realistic. The point. And like, all right, we won 7 games in a row, but realistically, like, did you honestly expect us to beat the last 2 teams that we faced recently? And do you honestly expect us to win more than probably 2 games come end of the year?
I don't expect us to win any game. for the rest of the year, to be honest.
Like for the people who are fucking petrified about not getting Cody Walker and that discount, well, you're gonna fucking
we'll
get
get
him.
him.
You're gonna
We'll
get
get
him. But again, I don't know. Our next few weeks are tough. I'm sort of a bit worried about, you know, Fraser and all that and how we sort of sets up our team now. I think he's got a little bit found out. People are going to probably disagree with me on that as well. But we can all scream and cry about wanting Kemp out. But the next person that we have in line is Moya. How's he going in the VFL?
Good enough.
Exactly. So again, it's list management issues with what they did in that forward 50. I mean, that forward line. But again, I don't know. It's disappointing, really. But anyway, I'm going to go.
Take care. Have a great night out.
Thank you. I will. Thank you.
Take care. All right, bro. See you, bro.
It's time to go!
And with Aiden out, we have David Thomason. How are you? How you going?
Good evening, Mars.
Been a long
Yeah,
time.
I know. Well, to be honest with you, I think our turnaround all occurred when you hit Europe. So I think it's time for you to return to Europe, and then our luck will come back. But
every time I leave for Europe, something happens. So if the chat wants to pay for me to return back to Europe, I'm happy to go back and watch Arsenal for the rest of the year in sacrifice of a grand final, and I'll watch it. I'll watch it from over there.
Now, firstly, in reply to Aiden, Ashton Moyer has been sent into the back line recently with the VFL as well. So he hasn't really had a chance to prove his worth up forward terribly much. And they've been running him through the midfield. So trying to set these players up with mixed messages of what their roles are going to be, I don't think it's doing justice to someone like him or O'Keefe, giving them these kind of mixed messages. I can understand why they're experimenting, but if we want him to be a forward in the AFL, we've got to play him there for sure. But that's kind of irrelevant to what tonight's efforts were. We were shell shocked early. 3-0 they were, and we were 0-3, and I think that was indicative of the way the game went. It was a whole game of momentum shifts, and when we thought we had the game by the scruff of the neck, we just gave it up very easily. And I think we just were our worst enemy ourselves. People are already slagging off at the umpires and stuff, but our skill errors again were so deplorable. Just inability to execute simple skills. Don't worry about the goal kicking. I'll get onto Camp later, but just simple connections through the midfield and simple decisions makings, not lowering their eyes, just the simple skills, and you can't blame the rain this week. So it was. And again, there were so many players that went missing for such long periods of the game.
Correct.
And you can name individuals, whether it's Florence and everything else. You can't. And then when you look at Camp, how long can you accept mediocrity when you got? I mean, the first kick he had, he was too busy looking at himself on the big screen instead of worrying about where the bloody goals were. So it's and I'm not sure if anyone's brought it up yet, but Reedy was our leading tackler tonight. Reedy,
crazy. I actually had a look at that because that's crazy.
Yeah, and
I think Cripps. I mean, we had, what did we lay? 48, and they had 72 for the game, or was it 78, 42, something like that? Whatever it was, that's not good enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 72 to 48.
We love the effort of Taylor Byrne, Dino, and even Haynes. Haynes played a pretty good game.
Yeah, I thought he had a great game. I thought he stood up tall all night when he had to, and when he had to go, he went, and when he had to mark, he marked, and he played well. Yeah. He did play well. I agree.
And when Walsh did step up for that period of time, you would have thought he would have lifted the rest of the players around him, but it didn't happen. He was left to try to do the job on his own, and you can't. As much as Walsh was great, he couldn't do the whole job himself. So it was just one of those games. I think that you can't blame the coaching again.
I'm not blaming the coaching on this one. It's just the quality of the players. They're not good enough.
I know 2 men down doesn't make life easy,
that hurts,
but it doesn't excuse Kemp's inability to kick a ball straight. And even when McGovern shanked that kick, I mean that's not on being tired. It's not on, whether Harry was actually injured. It's not on those things. It's just simple skills and simple kind of execution of skills, and that's I just can't see it. I mean, when we're running great, yeah, everything is forgiven. You can quickly liquid paper over the problems on this list, but how long can you keep up with this kind of ineptitude?
No.
I can't see it.
Well, again, I mean, how many times I hate beating on the same bush, or beating around the same bush, or smashing the same door down. But when you don't plan for your number one key forward leaving, and you're left with what you're left with, and then you've got a key forward who is supposed to be our key forward, and we're building around now, Harry Mackay, on 1.2 million. You know, what are your expectations of him to kick at least 50 goals for the year, right? He hasn't even got half of it this year. I mean, and now we've pinched him in the ruck to try and get something out of him, and now he's gone down injured again. I mean, that doesn't help you either. So,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
we had Kemp and Akers running in the ruck at some points. I mean, that's
Kemp,
not
Akers and Cripps. Like what? It's because
you're making your life difficult.
She's like I'm looking at there was a couple of times where Akers and Cripps went up with the same ball, and they're going, "Oh, I'm hands up," and I'm like, well, what is going on here? What is going on?
If Akers even makes contact with the ball up high, he's going to probably dislocate his shoulder anyway. So, I mean, what are you doing? You can't out-muscle anybody. He can't out-leap anyone. I mean, you might as well put Frank the Tank in there in the ruck and see how he goes.
Just want to say hello to Spaducius or Spartacus, evening all. Aiden's heading to Kittens, 100%. Even DeGoey and Houston chipped in with the 2 cents worth by kicking those goals. Of course, DeGoey is a quality footballer. Houston, he's quality, but not for the money that he's on. We're not beating him until Cripps retires. You're probably right. Fucking list is woeful. Yeah, it's bang average, as Matula said here. Mars, hello. When is that puto kick Rick Kemp going to learn? He never will. It'll always be in him. That's it. He's just not good enough. He's just not good enough. He's a C grade, D grade footballer, and that's it. We're shit on paper and on grass. I'll bring in the Mick Marcucci before I get to you. I'll just read a couple more. Frankie72, I'm not too disheartened. We tried to play a good attacking brand of footy, just made some silly errors and missed some gettable shots. Season is now over, time to throw some kids in. Well, I think we've thrown all the kids in that we got in certain plays. If I had to find one small positive, I thought Reedy battled well in the ruck. Yeah, start of the game, first half, he gave away some stupid free kicks in the ruck trying to battle against Cameron. But that's just what seasoned footballers do. They draw good easy free kicks. King Kebab, season was over when we had He Who Shall Not Be Named and 1 win. I agree. We can keep going. But the coach, Mick, how are you? The general, how you going?
Hi, guys.
Good evening, mate.
Look at him. He's just
it really isn't a worse feeling. No matter who you lose to, that one hurts the most every time.
Yep.
Look, I'll be repeating what you guys have already said, but
that's fine.
One of my absolute gripes, and it's snuck its way back in the last couple of weeks, is this long bomb into 50. And you could argue that last week, sloppy footy, wet footy, just try and bang it forward at every cost, but there was no excuse for it tonight, especially when Kemp wasn't fronting up. We didn't have Harry there. Why did we persist with that bomb? And it was the same people. It was the old heads. It was the Akers. It was the Walshes. It was the Crippers. It wasn't the young guys doing it. It was, Ollie Florence. It was all of a sudden it was the people that should know better, just long bombing. And, when you don't have that height and that leading forward, up forward, you can't play football that way. I don't understand why the fallback. Fraser looked like he got rid of it, and all of a sudden it's crept its way back. Is it pressure? Is it just when we get pressure we just do that? I don't know.
That's what they revert to. I mean, they can't handle the pressure when it gets like that. I mean, but again, Collingwood are still, I know people go, yeah, but they're not as good as, but they've always been this type of team, a grindy type of team. They'll grind you out until the end, and they've got the quality. I mean, you look at, mate, Nick Dacos, bro. No one could get within 20 yards of this bloke all night. The second Dan McStay goal, he left untouched for 150 meters. Not one glove was laid on him from the kick out. Like, you can't. I know it's Nick Dacos. I've said it a million times. Best pound for pound footballer in the league, and I'll battle anybody on this argument. But there's got to be something in your weaponry or arsenal to try and stop this bloke, and we just don't have the answer to him anytime. Dan Houston always has a great game against us. Jordan De Goey always the same. It's always the same players. And look at this comment. The Sir Simos. Mars, check this out. Since 1993, Carlton have beaten Collingwood 26 times. Scott Pendlebury has beaten Carlton 27 times. That is absurd. If that's true, that is absurd. We got a $2 chat. $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Mitchell Lucky Mia, 8824. Depth is non-existence. Fuck, I miss Charlie. Well, we're always going to miss Charlie. I mean, you'd be pretty naive to think that Charlie, you'd never miss him. You're always going to miss him. It's just the way that we didn't plan for him leaving. So,
how did Charlie go last night?
It wouldn't change anything right now.
No, I understand that, but the guy's a gun. Like, you're not taking that away. Yeah. He's leading the goal kick. He's leading the Coleman. People are going, but he done it against West Coast. But he's still got to do it. Mate, we've got Brody Kebab. We've got Mitch McGovern. They can't even kick more than 2 goals in a game. Like, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle if you don't have these goal kickers kicking 4 goals, minimum 3, 4, 5, So, I don't know.
Look, you know me. I've been bashing Kebab for a long time. Not as a guy. It's got nothing to do with him. He's not a forward. It's as simple as that. If the experiment's done, it hasn't worked. Put him back and bring someone like a Dirksen forward. What do you got to lose now? Or just play Moya's not great, but fuck, he's got to do more than him. Get some foot in him. See what might happen. There's no reason to continue with Kemp. There really isn't.
Well, as David said, he's playing down back. They're trying to get his hands on the footy. They're trying to keep him engaged in the contest. I just don't think he's engaged enough up forward. I don't think he has a temperament, and I've always stated that.
Yeah, he doesn't read it well.
It's just a temperament to stay engaged, locked in for 120 minutes. I mean, when it's your turn to go, you got to be locked in. And I just feel like as a forward, don't get me wrong, the talent is he's got the talent, but everyone has talent. It's how you harness it and how you engage. So I don't know.
He was good as a defender. Think back a few years ago when he was playing down back, he was a serviceable defender. So
who's that?
Kem.
Kem.
I think that's where he needs to stay.
Yeah.
Put him back. It worked before. Put him back there. If you want to use him, because I agree with you, he's got some skill, but it's definitely not goal kicking. It's definitely not leading.
I was talking about Moya. Sorry, we got our wise cross.
Oh, sorry, I got off 10. Yeah. Anyway,
I think with Haynes and Kemp and Mukau back there, I'm not sure whether you could play Kemp as well in the back line because they're too much of the muchness.
They're similar.
And I mean, we've seen players like Taylor Byrne, and he didn't have his best game today, but Billy Wilson, given the opportunity and they seized it, they've really given it their all. They've worked their guts out, and I think that's where Moyer's letting himself down. Is he has the talent, he shows glimpses of it. He just doesn't have that work ethic, that ability to take his game to the next level. And I still think we should probably give him a chance because, we've got nothing really to salvage from the season. Give him a crack for the rest of the season. Give him the 4 remaining games or whatever it is, because you got nothing to win and nothing to lose. So, and we'll see whether he does want to take that next step. I just can't see what's the point. And similar to where people calling back Prasad, what? There's no point going back there.
Yeah, not a chance. Far out. It's going backwards.
Yeah.
I thought Jagger Smith was good tonight. I thought he showed some good passages of play as well. I thought he was good. I know the last quarter he got 11 touches, but I thought he was in and around there in the first half as well. He was making things happen.
He used his boot tonight a few times.
Oh my God! Finally, far out, and he kicked that goal as well. It was like an inside-out torp. So good on him. Happy for him. I call him Forky. So. For everybody that's watching Game Day Live, I call him Forky because he looks like Forky from Toy Story. So if you get on your phone, type in Forky in Toy Story, he looks exactly like him. And if he doesn't, well, stuff you. But yeah, I thought he had a good game tonight.
I agree, but I am really concerned that their transition impact coming out of defence, we worked our guts out and just turned the ball over, and they just ricocheted it straight back, and our midfield didn't really step up and do anything to try to curb that. And unfortunately, for the good things that we do, there's times and efforts that that's where we go wanting, and it puts that back defence under so much pressure. You can look at some of the mistakes that Billy Wilson did, and Dirksen. I thought Dirksen actually was quite serviceable tonight, but when they were under so much transition speed, they were always going to be up against it, and that's where we let ourselves down. Our inefficiency in the forward line and our inability to stop their transition really cost us.
Agreed. Dylan, Pendlebury has beaten Carlton 27 times out of 35 times in his career. That's unreal. He's played us 35 times and he's beaten us 27 times. That could be one of the great. That's probably one of the greatest winning streaks or a conversion rates probably for a player against another team. Rocco Moro, $5. Thank you very much. Flip it. Play the forwards back and the backs in the forward. He's a sick puppy. Enzo Valentino, thank you very much. $7.99. Love the channel. Appreciate you guys. My son plays footy at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Must get some sleep. Pies is just too good for us again. Good night. And good night again. Unnecessary, but always appreciate the super chats. And anybody that, if you haven't liked the stream, make sure you like the stream. Fozjam, how you going? Jagger Smith looks like Andrew Dillon. I've been saying this one since round one or opening round. Smith needs to penetrate with his kick or penetrative with his kick, not short chips. Yeah, he needs to find some penetration in his kick. Just go out in the off season and just put your foot through it when you're running. But that'll probably be him for the rest of his career. I mean, if you've got that now, you're probably going to have that to the end of your career. Very hard to change your kicking technique and style, I always feel. So it's just how it is. Kemp, he's just like a kebab. He's got some nice ingredients. The only problem is, like the kebabs, that's overflowing with too much sauce. Too much garlic sauce, mate. The next morning, it smells of shit. What else we got? I thought Cripps just trying to. At times, he was fantastic, and then at times, he just lacked execution. Like some of the handballs. There was one where there was a handball. I think it was to Billy Wilson. He handballed it to his feet, and then it just all went to crap, and they kicked the goal at half back, and then. Stuff like that kills you. The coach killers us. You got to be executing 2 meter handballs.
There was a moment, I think it was in the third or the fourth quarter, where Maynard was in the back pocket and Cripps had an opportunity to nail him and put him over the line and really hit him. How he chose not to put that pressure on him. Maynard got the ball out. They connected and went straight down the wing and scored an easy goal just purely because he wasn't willing to put his body on the line. And they're the little things that, in isolation might not be terribly important, but like you said, coach killers every time.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, how many times did we let the ball transition out of our forward pocket? It happened last week. They kicked 5 goals like that against us, Hawthorn, and it happened again this week where it come out of the forward pocket with ease, and the defensive, mate, see you later. They just bang, 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 3 kicks, 3 handballs, goal. See you later, and you just go, fuck, it's happened again. The kick-ins as well.
Yeah, we couldn't match the run. They had guys behind the ball every time, and they'd run in those waves, so we just couldn't match them.
And that's the way they're going to beat you. I mean, that's the only way Collingwood can beat you. I said it in the preview. The only way that they can beat you is that defensive transition run where they get on the turnover at half back, or even when they press up high and they force the turnover at half back on us. And I think all their scores.
Where have you got? Another person I thought had a great opportunity to stand up and fill the void when Harry went out was Wilbur Haywood, and I thought it was a great opportunity from really seizing the moment and putting a presence on the game. And I was really disappointed that he didn't seize that opportunity tonight. And again, like we're talking about passengers, I really expected Haywood to really fill a void, and didn't do that. I'm afraid.
Has he been off the past few weeks?
I think his efforts have been okay, and he's been getting himself. I mean, he's playing up further in the ground, whereas today I thought he could have gone back a little bit further and been a bit of a strong body and a more of a presence and do those lead ups and everything. But I don't even know what he was doing, to be honest with you, tonight. Just the execution for me. I mean, they all try hard, but
trying hard can only get you so far so many times where you need a bit of class, a bit of execution at crucial times, and we just lacked it. Sometimes there was that nice goal where we made it work. I mean, there was some handballs that were kind of it's from the middle passage of half back, and Billy Wilson, he started the chain, got on the end of the chain, and then he gave the goal. That was our best goal of the night. But we
Was
just
it Frank the Tank lowered his eyes and found Ainsworth or something like that?
Yes,
Yeah, and
correct.
it looked good because we didn't just blaze away, like you said, and bombed it in there. We found the loose man and nailed him on the chest because we didn't hit many guys on the chest tonight.
Well, when Harry Mackay went down, we kept bombing it. I'm like, just lower the eyes. Sometimes I don't get the thought process. I thought Charlie West. Yeah, go. Sorry. Oh, I thought you were going to say something, Mick. But you know who I thought was great for him in their forward line and up the line and gave him a lot of reprieve was Charlie West. I thought he was strong in the air. A lot of strong marks he took against Dirksen and it would have been against all Dirksen. So and Harry Dean. I thought Harry Dean was he fought and fought and fought. You know, without the quality of Jacob Wiedering, you're gonna make mistakes where you punching the ball back into the corridor. Yeah. I mean, I've got no pressure on the kid. I mean, he puts it on himself and he hates to be beaten, but you're going to make errors, critical errors where you punch the ball. But how many times we punch the ball back into the corridor, kick it back in off the ground, off the corridor? Just like you kill yourself doing that. You kill yourself. There was one part. Yeah, go.
Oh, I was just about to raise just another issue entirely where it was so critical for both teams, giving away 50-metre penalties at critical moments of the game in critical positions on the ground, and talk about changes of momentum every time that occurred for both teams. Just such a massive penalty when you do that. And I think that's one of the areas, again, and Kemp was another one who did it. Really got to clean that kind of stuff up. Just, really costly.
I think the players don't even know the rules anymore, but you've got to know. I mean,
the umpires don't.
Yeah, I know. You're 19. I thought Collingwood were pretty stiff with the umpiring tonight. They should have had a fair few more free kicks, to be honest, where they got non-calls. So I thought we got helped out by the umpires tonight. Like, people are going to say no, but mate, I'm just looking at it from an unbiased point of view, and I'm just going, hey, some of the calls tonight, non-calls, just rubbish. But we didn't lose because of the umpires tonight. No. That Kemp one where he gave away the 50, he didn't track back. He was too busy arguing with the umpire, mate. You gave away the 50, just get on your back, get on your bike and just track back, mate. And they kicked a goal from it, I'm pretty sure. Did they kick a goal from that one? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fix stupid sometimes, that's for sure. And those kind of things. I mean, again, would a coach pull him aside and have a crack at him for saying, pull your head out of your bum, mate? And I think that's where, Fraser's got nothing to lose. He might as well try to teach him some lessons.
It turned into a 70-metre penalty, 100%. Wieders is not the answer. Well, but if you're missing that sort of quality down back, you're leaving it for that long. You're leaving yourself exposed against good forwards. I mean, they're going to get you eventually. These good forwards, these good key forwards, they're going to get you eventually because you're left one-on-one on islands and the way he sets us up down back. I know he hasn't looked like Wieders of years of past and last year and all that, but you still need the quality down back. I don't care what anybody says. You can't be exposed with Dirksen and an 18-year-old kid. I mean, what do you think's going to happen? They'll get a hold of you. Hi, guys. How you going, Oz? How are you? The cattle isn't good enough. Simple. Agreed. What about Cripps flopping? Yeah, got that one in the front. Oh, my God. He went for a dive. He could have been at the Commonwealth Games. Far out. That was fantastic. Bobblehead Jagger will end up a very good player. Yeah, I agree. I think he will be a very good player. Just the kicking for me, but he's a smart footballer. Little Pop, 1518, welcome. I haven't seen your name in the chat before. I'm a Carlton fan, but I really believe a critical reason why Carlton cannot beat Collingwood is that Carlton cannot handle the pressure of the rivalry better than Collingwood. Maybe. I just don't think we have the quality to match them. And even when we did. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. Who knows anymore? Andrew Dunn. I struggle to watch Kemp weekly. I just got your text message, Mick. That's a good one. Oh, God, it's funny. It's a funny one, isn't it? Fun fact. Jagger Smith ball win 11th in the comp ball use is 311th. Yeah. You can see that though. You can see he's still a kid, so he's got a long way to go in his career. I thought Taylor Byrne I thought he was really good tonight.
Yeah,
I don't know what
effort
you
was great.
thought.
Quiet second half, but he was good.
Yeah, I thought he was good. Yeah, a quiet second half, but that was like everybody. I think that third quarter they went to sleep. And they couldn't go with him. They couldn't go with him. And when
One of
you
the
got Go.
common things we said earlier on in the season was don't get beaten by what you know, and I think we allowed that to happen again tonight. We got beaten and exposed by exactly what we knew they'd do to us, be it the Dacos, be it their run and gun and transition game. We knew how they would beat us, and we just fell into their game plan. It was horrible. So, Rocco, what's going on, buddy?
How are you?
How are we, guys?
Well,
yeah, fantastic.
That was fucking pathetic, man. That is weak from the whole club, man. That is one of the weakest efforts I've seen, mate. Mackay goes down. I don't know, man. I saw it, whatever. He must have been injured. I don't think he went off if he wasn't injured, but you expect the rest to stand up, and they didn't. They didn't stand up in the forward line. Pathetic. Kemp, just get rid of him now. He's no good, that bloke. He's no good. He's fucking no good. I don't care that they've put him up there. Oh, and he's doing a good job. Fucking shithouse, man. The 3 times we needed a goal from him, he couldn't fucking kick it from 30 metres out. Fuck him. I'm telling you, fuck him. He's just shit, man. Seriously, he is shit, man. And fucking hell, man. And just when they needed to stand up, they just didn't stand up. They didn't. At times, there was a couple little efforts here and there. You know, the captain was good at times. Walsh is good at times. What's he trying to do? Take on that broke all the momentum. When he kicks that fucking goal and in the next centre contest, he's trying to take on the whole fucking team, right? When there's 6-on-6 in the forward line, that's the perfect time to kick it long into the forward line. Not when there's fucking 22 Collingwood players and 6 Carlton players there like they do for the rest of the game. That was the perfect time. It just broke momentum. Their transition from defence, for fuck's sakes, man. How easy was it for them? Like, being there, I'm telling you, they were weak. All of them were fucking just weak. Chera went off. That didn't help, but he was shit before that anyway. He was nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen.
I
You know what
thought
I mean?
our wingers were terrible tonight. No width.
Oh,
They didn't
terrible.
hold any width.
Nothing.
No overlap run. I thought they were absolutely terrible. Akers was horrible. I thought Cottrell was horrible. And as you said, Chera before he went off, it was non-existent. I didn't see him.
100%, Mars. I said this at the game. I said, they're not keeping their fucking width. If you look at Collingwood, they kept their width the whole game. There was always someone wide to take the ball. If it wasn't side-botted, it was one of their other wingers always there wide. We got sucked in, mate. Akers was terrible. It was just no good. Cottrell, what is he? What is Cottrell? I want to know what Cottrell is.
I don't know.
What
I always
is he?
ask this question. I don't know.
Harmonica player.
Oh.
What is he? He's a nothing player. He's not a forward. He's not a fucking winger. He's not a midfielder. He's definitely not a defender. What is he?
They just use him. He's just to sell his all gap, Rocco. They just put him wherever they can fit him.
Yeah, but he doesn't even do that well. He's not even the Sally's all gap. He's the cheap one. You know when you go Bunnings and they got like the $2 one?
It doesn't even stick. There's
no name. You know the no name brand. That's what he is.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty. They were pretty meaty tonight. Yeah,
weak. It was weak. It was very, very. The effort, the missed tackle.
Yeah, rubbish.
It was just a weak effort, man.
Well, you
could see Collingwood was on us from the first bounce, mate. They
to
were
the
right
end.
on us.
To the end.
Until the end, yeah, until the end. But they just couldn't. They couldn't handle the pressure. They could not handle the pressure.
I said at the top of the emergency meeting, 72 tackles to 48, or was it?
That's pathetic, 42. Man.
I mean, there's your key indicator, right? It's not wet. There's no excuse not to lay missing one arm tackles, missing easy tackles. Yeah, it was pretty poor tonight. I would have thought the effort there, and then what do you want? As I said, mate, what do you want? The forwards are makeshift forwards. Our key forwards are makeshift forwards. I said it on the game day, and I said it at the top of this as well. It's the worst Carlton forward line I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I mean,
It's got to be the worst.
we
Well,
did
it's not
manage
a
to
forward
still be in
line.
the
If you
game.
think-
We still managed to be in the game at the quarter time and also halftime, playing horrible football. So we had the ability to turn it around and take ownership of the game, and we just squandered all our opportunities time and time again. And that was the problem.
Yeah,
100%, man. You can't be missing those goals. You cannot be missing those fucking goals from 30. Even Cripper, when he was going around the corner, where's he kicking it to? Like, seriously, McGovern?
Missed
Mate,
his
that's one
foot.
of the worst kicks I've seen. Like, what are you? Fucking hell, man.
Missed
Like,
his foot.
seriously.
Before we get Vince's thoughts, hello Vince. Tony Pace or
Hey,
Tony
boys.
Pace, Carlton has beaten Collingwood only 2 times in the last 16 meetings. Correct. Rocco's
Nice.
rant, 100%.
Nice.
May as well have watched the soccer. I don't know if was there any tonight. Was it on? I don't even know. We need tea. I don't know what tea is. Tony Mayo. Don't hold back. We're not. I mean, but it's the end of the year. But what are you going to? It's against the filth. That's why we're absolutely livid. Gokhan, how are you? The most damning one is we haven't beaten them in a Carlton home game since 2012. Club is
No
fucked.
way. Is that true?
That's absurd. Rocco, how dead was the Carlton cheer squad? The sound compared to Collingwood, wasn't it? Well,
They're a bit like Carlton. They're a bit like Carlton. Unless they're firing, they're not doing anything.
Rocco Moro Cottrell plays the harmonica. He can't even play that right.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Cottrell is the he who shall not be named love child. He's a hole plugger. Beautiful. It's a shit list, 10 to 12 players needed. I mean, now we're coming around to it. Now we're coming around to what I've been saying for a while. What else? Cripps and Walsh were good. Ainsworth was decent, in my opinion. He was in and out of the game. He was okay. Cripps, they all had spells, but they didn't have them together. It wasn't
not long enough.
Yeah.
Not long enough.
Big Vincenz, take us away.
G'day, boys. Good to see you,
Vince.
Mick Makuchi. Dave from Western Australia. Great to see you back, mate.
Thank you.
And Rocco, how was the match, mate?
Shithouse. It was shithouse. I never felt like the only time I felt like we had half a chance is when we kicked the 3 goals in the first quarter to come back. I thought, maybe, you know what I mean? They got caught out because, but we're all right. And then they kicked the next 2 or 3 goals quickly. And then since that, I don't care if it was 8 points, 12 points, 20 points. I never felt like we were going to win.
Yeah,
we got back to less than a goal in that third quarter.
It still didn't feel it, Vince. It just felt like all they needed to do was kick a goal and was going to break our back again.
Yeah,
and they did it.
And they did, and that's exactly what they did too.
Well, we got in front in the third quarter, Vince.
I know.
The Walsh goal.
And then that's right. But how quick was it that they replied?
Yeah, the response was like that.
Because Walsh is trying to take on half a fucking team, mate. Like, kick it long, mate. That's the only
funny. It's funny you should say that, Rocco, because when the stats came out about the marks tonight, we had by far and away the most short marks and short kicks, but they had so many more long kicks compared to us, and that's where they put our defence under a lot of pressure.
What about contested marks? What was that?
Contested marks. Guess how many contested marks Carlton took tonight?
I don't know, but it wasn't.
Have a guess. You guys have a guess.
4.
One contested mark for the night.
Who was that?
What happened. That's what happens. I don't know who took it, but that's what
would have been maybe Kemp, the kebab.
Well, I'll tell you, there should have been a second. There should have been a second one when Dirksen took a mark that was hit out of his hands, and they didn't pay the mark. The arseholes.
That should have been a mark.
They were terrible. I'm sorry. I've never screamed at the television more than I have tonight at some of these decisions that were being paid. I know what you said about the umpiring didn't cost us the game. But I'm sorry, certain decisions were just deplorable. Anyway,
but there were a lot for them where they got non-calls, and they should have got called for them. Like there was how many ruck infringements that we made, and I go, fuck, that's a free, that's high. Like
Yeah.
Liam Reid, he gave away about 5 free kicks or whatever he did.
Well, he got murdered for hit-outs, but thankfully for us, we still managed to get quite a few centre clearances. In fact, I think we got more than them. But
but
overall,
the centre
the hit-outs,
clearances, Vince, I was there. Those centre clearances were pathetic, man.
Yeah,
They marked everything that came out of the centre. Like, it was unbelievable. Don't we play in front anymore?
No, that's right. They started so many attacks from their half-back line.
Yep.
And, George Hewitt kicked a couple I remember on his left foot, and both of them landed into Collingwood hands. So,
yep.
Side bottom.
But to have only the one contested mark for the night, I know that we lost Harry early, but geez, we've got to be able to do better than that. And they were just a lot cleaner. If you ever watch of Josh Fraser's press conference, he summed up that game beautifully in less than 5 minutes. And he pointed out all of the areas that we didn't do well enough and that they were superior to us, and he nailed it. And everything he said was just, a very clear, concise, no sugarcoating it, just straight out said where they were better than us on the night. So it was really a case of making the most out of your forward opportunities. We had just as many opportunities to win this game as they did. We had just as many forward entries, just as many attacking forays, but we just couldn't finish off our work. Our forward line connection just was not there. And, I think unless that starts to improve, we're going to lose a hell of a lot more matches before the year's out. But, what do you say? Just pissed off that Collingwood has just seems. And the other thing I've got to say, I heard Craig McRae interviewed after the match too on Fox Footy. He builds these guys up for a Carlton Collingwood game, mate. He was playing them vision of past Carlton Collingwood games, and they were inspired by what Mick McGuan did when he took whatever it was 6 or 7 bounces that day in 1994, and they show them vision of this sort of stuff, and they really build up the rivalry. I don't know whether we're doing anything like that with our players, but Collingwood is very highly motivated for these sorts of games.
Yeah, they know how to get it done. They know how to get it done against us.
Yeah.
They've got us on speed dial, and it says W every single time. It's 6 in a row now.
The other thing you got to probably point out, I think, that was very relevant tonight was our players hardly got a breath to be able to assess what to do with the ball. Their players were rushing towards our players every time they had a ball that wasn't a mark. If it was a short kick that didn't go 15 metres, or if it was a hand pass, you just saw Collingwood players rush straight onto the Carlton player, and that's what put us under so much pressure and caused us to turn the ball over so often.
You mentioned, Vince, about kicking into the forward line and them getting an easy mark, but often, and I think even the commentators mentioned it, often it was a kicking to a 1-on-4.
Exactly.
Just leaving us no chance at all. And I mean, building up the rivalry, we had Rhys-Jones on Brekkie this morning, and he said he hated 2 teams, and both of them were Collingwood. So the past players know it. It's amongst the DNA of the Carlton Football Club, but I don't know if the current players do feel it. So
well, because we've had such a massive losing streak against them, I think that they've almost given up trying to build up the rivalry because it's been so terrible. I know.
You should hate them more.
But they seem to be frightened to do it.
You should hate them more.
Well,
and surely Fraser.
I'd be interested if someone would be able to ask either the players or the coach or Graham Wright or somebody about what are you doing to build the rivalry in these footballers when we play Collingwood, because I don't think
surely Fraser must have said, if there's one game I want to win all year, it's this one. And exactly.
Well,
come on.
Dacos again was running right, 36 possessions. I mean, I think Jagger got a fair bit of the ball himself, but it was nowhere near as effective as Nick Dacos.
No, well, that bloke's he's a champion, mate. You can't get any. The one that did me, and it was the
Jagger's
second
in his first season of AFL.
Second. The one that did me, right, was the second Dan McStay goal where they kicked it out and he just ran unmarked for 150 metres. Embarrassing. Like that shit there, you get your leaders on the phone and you go, hey, what's this? They just watched him. I mean, we got no one that can combat that sort of player, and especially him. Forget it. We got no one on the list that can go with him, and that's why I said you had to throw bodies at him to try and nullify his impact. What do you have? Like 25 kicks?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I just think there's not enough grunt in our team. They're too nice, these players. You know, if you're talking to David Rhys-Jones, he'll tell you if things weren't working out, he'd hit someone or he'd create a fight or do something to try and fire up his team. But there's none of that with us. There never has been. But for 25 years, they've just lacked that killer instinct. And, you know, it's just...
I saw it from the first minute, Vince. So we were sitting on that end. From the first minute, there was a ball up or there was some sort of... And then Kemp grabs the ball and he gives it back to the umpire. And he was just waddling back to... I don't know, whatever spot he was at, right? And I said to Dylan, I go, what is that? I just looked at Kemp and I go, what's with Kemp, man? He's not even like, this is the first minute of the game. He just looked disinterested straight away. He just looked like, I don't know. And then he has that kick.
Yeah, there was no.
Then he has that kick, you know.
Yeah.
The missed tackle by...
I think Dave mentioned it. When you have opportunities to kick goals, and they missed them like the way they missed them. I mean, Brody Kemp from right in front. You're an AFL footballer. You're a professional footballer. You've got to kick those goals. And McGovern's kick was a shank and a half. Cripper had one on his left foot that he kicked the belly of the ball. I mean, these could have all been goals. We could have won the match if those ended up being goals.
What about Reedy's kick when he took a mark?
Well, he's another one.
Yeah. Mate, that was the worst kick I've ever seen in my life. Like,
he's never kicked an AFL goal, and if he's going to kick like that, he's never going to kick one.
The Cripps missed tackle on Degoe in the middle at a critical moment of the game.
Oh, that was another one. Yeah,
that was another one where...
Yeah, he had to hold that.
Had to. And as a leader and as a big body, when two bulls lock horns, then you just get brushed aside, and then it just got taken down the other end for an end result. Just critical moments of the game.
The one that absolutely sent me was when I flipped it. I smashed the Pepsi Max can, the Giuseppe Max can. If you're watching Match Day Live, I fucking went ape shit. I tell you, Rocco, 17-10 of the last quarter, right? When Cripps was running in, it was 50 to 40 out, and instead of giving the handball to Forky Smith, Jagger Forky Smith, right? He fucking got caught, and they went down the other end. And I lost my mind.
That's
just,
right.
Just handball it.
That's a 2-goal turnaround, Mars. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. To a large extent, we actually worked harder than them. In my view, we had to work a lot harder for our goals, but we gave the ball up so easily. I mean. The tackle count was 72 to Collingwood and 48 to us. But how many missed tackles were there?
Yeah.
How many times did Collingwood players slip through our fingers like a knife through butter? Unbelievable.
Can I put up this comment? This is exactly what I saw. Collingwood are extremely well organised, and their players know where to be in the dark. There was always a player where they were supposed to be. Always. Always. They always there. And even their kicks off the ground were to a player.
Yeah,
but this is
structured up.
Yeah.
And what about the one where was it Florent or Ainsworth in the forward line when he went to kick it off the ground? Like
Florent, I flipped it. I lost my mind. Fucking lazy football.
Man, you can't be doing that.
And then one of our other players, I think it was Newman, gave a high free kick, and then they paid advantage and they kicked the goal.
It was that's lazy football. I flipped it. You can't be doing that. Bend down, grab the ball. If you get caught, you get caught. Because if you miss it off the floor, you best be known that you're fucked and they're kicking a goal and mate, I'm on the blower. You can't be doing. We do that every week.
Yeah, you can't do that. Was lazy.
That's coach killers right there. It's just disappointing, and that's when you know. I don't know if like I said last week, I think that it'll take a bit out of them just purely because of the game and the way the end of the year as well and their red line. I just felt like they could, even if they wanted to go again in the last quarter, they look stuffed. They just looked second to the ball all night.
Yeah.
Like even when we were first, like I felt we were second to the ball all night. We just, I don't know, we just didn't. It wasn't there tonight for me.
Yeah.
Just not.
And
for me.
that's why a good start was so critical,
Yeah.
and that being shell shocked so early and our inaccuracy and
Well,
everything
that's
else,
right.
it just killed our spirit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
when
we
you
got a point, then they got a goal. When we got a point, and they got another goal.
Yeah.
Then they got another goal, and then we got a point. And all of a sudden, it was 3 goals to 3 points. And that just, I mean, really, the end of the game wasn't much different, was it, in terms of the margin?
No, I'm so you know, Pendlebury missed that one, and I think it was Anderson that missed that one. We should have been put away a bit earlier in that last quarter, and
Probably,
should have been 30 points, to be honest. But they didn't put us away. They kept us with a little bit of a sniff. But other than that, Aussie Yates 299. Thank you very much. 14-6-90 to 10-9 69. Lemon chicken in the end. We blew it, to be honest. I don't think we blew it. I don't think we ever had it, to be honest. It was over a 3/4 time. I agree. You never felt like we were going to win that game.
No.
You never felt like we would get a run on that we would kick maybe 4 or 5 unanswered goals. Never felt like we could do that. Liam Reid.
On what you're saying now, what you just said then, people were saying through the week that this is Collingwood's weakest defence. Well, as it is right now.
Yeah.
Well, it was.
For a long time, and
Darcy Moore out, Jeremy Howe out.
Correct.
I mean,
and we showed how piss poor our forward line is because we couldn't even score
but our
against
forward line.
That's right.
Without Harry, our forward line is nothing. Like it's
the worst.
Zero. It is zero. Like, and then
what's Harry done this year to give you any confidence that we would have been much better even if he did play? I mean, I think
it would have been.
One goal a game. It's one goal a game. That's all he is. One goal.
Yeah, I know, but you can say whatever you want about Harry, and I'm not saying we probably would have won, but at the end of the day, you put Harry in that forward line, at least
he gives you a marking target. Yeah,
there's a target there. We had zero,
and he takes their best defender, right?
He might take the best defender. So
Liam Puncher is his name. Far out.
Who?
Liam Puncher. That's their fullback from tonight.
That's what on Selection Blues, we were going, who the fuck's this bloke? Who are they putting in here? Who's this puncher? You know,
just on the issue of punching, how many times did our players spoil the ball straight into the corridor?
It happened 4 or 5 times.
Straight into the corridor, and Collingwood were just swarming all over it and got goals.
I think they kicked 5 goals like that, didn't they?
Yeah.
You can't.
That was just dumb football.
And Vince, I said this on Tuesday. I said it fucking last week. I'll say it again. When you lose Jacob Wiedering, you lose the general down back. You cannot be exposed. You can't expose your defense to Harry Dean, who's 18 years old, who is 19 games deep in his career, and Wade the Gherkin Dirksen. Right, what is this? His 10th game of football in AFL. Like you're exposing for too long. They're exposed for too long without quality around them. You know what I mean? Yep. And they're gonna get caught in games, and now they'll get caught. Like next week, they'll have Ben King to contend with, Jed Walter. You know, I don't want to go too far, but you look at the next type of games, and you're looking at the forwards they're all going to come up against. Mate, it's good luck. And the way that the ball's going to come in, it's good luck. It's whether your midfield can stop the ball coming in. Like teams kick straight through. It's like Dacos. I mean, I didn't say it was like a world-beating match from him today, but he was effective. Like he got his teammates into where he set his teammates up, and the decoy runs that he leads and drags 2 players away out of a zone. It's the best in the comp because you just so Dacos focus. You go, fuck, I need to get to where he's going to be, and he pulls players out, and it was too good. He is basically Collingwood, and he just that's the quality. That's what we don't have. He's a freak.
On Weeders, is he really injured, or has he done a TDK and checked out on us, and that's why they're not playing him? I mean, what's going on?
Well, who knows? But I mean, the reports are that he re-injured his calf.
Yeah,
when they thought he was just about right to come back, he did it at training and re-injured it. And you know, calf muscles, when you really do them, they can keep you out for quite a while.
I wouldn't think he'd be the type of bloke just to throw the towel in.
Nah, I wouldn't have thought so.
He was off the Bucks last year and didn't go. I don't think it's going to happen.
Now I'm not putting him in that.
He doesn't
even
strike me as someone who would be a sook. our club has really helped support him in times of need, and when he went through a pretty tough time with all of that, financial scamming and all that stuff that he was a victim of. So I think he's pretty loyal to us. I don't think he's wanting to go anywhere, or I don't think he'd dud us in any way like that. I really doubt that.
Not putting anything on Wader.
Really doubt that.
No, I mean, I just heard speculation that he was the first one to kind of almost say that Vossi was done. He also was not impressed that, similar to a certain Melbourne player last year, after he got injured in the pre-season interstate game and was rushed back for that first game. There's just all these little bits that are kind of cutting away, and death by 1,000 cuts just kind of, I know what you're saying, you'd expect him to be loyal, but like TDK, if you're offered a ridiculous amount of money, sometimes you don't, you take advantage of the situation that's presented.
Who knows? I mean, but he's contracted until 2031. So, we've got him for another 5 years.
It is it's not the twilight of his career, but he's getting to the 30 now. He's like, what is he, 29, turning 30? He's getting to that end of his career now where he's looking at, and this is what I said. It was how many weeks ago, Rocco, where I said you go to him and you say, look, are you happy to be a part of this next 4 to 5 years, right? Because we're not going to be winning a flag for the next. I mean, you could turn it around, but we need a miraculous. We need everything to fall our way. And you go to him, here, Jacob, 4 to 5 years. We might be hitting top 4 and challenging for a flag, or we're happy to move you on and try and find you a move to a premiership team and see what we can get in return. If we can't, well, then we'll keep you because you're contracted.
I think we'll find, Mars, that he's 28 and he's turning 29 in November, and the contract will keep him until he's just before he turns 34. So,
the contract is security, because if he leaves, we get 2-3 first-round draft picks. Simple as that. It's the same thing as
I understand that.
But you have to get, as I said, you have to get someone like a Jack Henry or someone that's got time on his side and quality down back as well. You can't just leave it exposed to Harry Dean and Dirksen and Lewis Young. You just can't do that. You can't do that again, or you're fucked. It's simple as that.
Let me remind you of Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics, my man. Nothing's out of the question sometimes.
Oh, don't stop. Big Seba 299. Thank you very much. He's got money. He's got more money than me. I've got negative $82.32 in my account until Monday. So far out.
Seba's feeling a lot better the last 2 weeks because Carlton's been losing.
Probably. Dacos turns it on when he has to. Champion. You know what it is? It's just finally it's the end now. And now we're looking to the end. It's not the end, but it was coming. How long can you stay up for with this list?
We would have to win the last 5 games.
Good luck.
Or at least 4 out of the last 5 to have a chance of making the top 10.
I agree. Forget Rocco Moro. Forget about Wiedering. It's over. He's Gonski. All right, you heard it there first. Vic Park Stew. There you go, dirty, filthy rat. But no, I know he's an avid watcher of you. Wiedering is a good servant of Carlton. I agree. I definitely agree. It's one thing we can agree on. But here he is. Manny Costa. Bad luck, boys. Until we meet again. Fucking lift.
Manny. He's going to have you for toast on Wednesday night with Forever Rival.
No, that's the other Manny. This is the other Manny. This is right. This is like what's his name on the radio? What's the fucking Greek's name again? Fucking Manny Kokopoulos. Guido. He's like that. Manny Kokopoulos. Mars is in the negative like Carlton. Yeah, I am. I seriously am. Lana heard Kemp was asking people to ask for autographs, even offered to pay them in kebabs from Brody's Kebabs. I mean, he is what he is, yeah. I mean, I expected 30 goals max from him this year. I'd say if you can get that, that's
Can I ask you something, guys? Of all of the draft picks we've had, do you think that Brody Kemp's lived up to being a number? I think he was number 17, wasn't he? Same number as the one on his back.
Yeah, you're right. He was.
Do you think he's lived up to being a first round draft pick?
I don't think he's a forward. I thought he was okay in the back line when he was playing the.
But even then, even when he was playing backline, did he live up to being a top 20 draft pick?
Well, we don't know.
God, we've got a long list of duds that we've.
He's been around for a good 8-9 years now, Rocco. He's not a spring chicken anymore.
I thought he was coming good in defence at the time, but no, he hasn't been. No, he hasn't. I don't think he's lived up to being a pick 17.
So again, St Kilda made us a big offer to get him. Should we have considered that? Because I don't know
Everyone's
that
a
they
general
do it again.
after the battle, so yeah, we should have now.
Someone might still take him. You never know. Bocek.
I reckon he'd be one of those players that Graham Wright might be happy to put on the trade table and see if there's any interest in him.
I saw a midget
Did you
tonight.
talk? Did you talk to him? That's what I want to know.
Vic Park Stew, $5. Thank you very much. Love your channel, guys. Great chat. Keep the chin up, boys. But I've been trying to keep the chin up for at least 20 years. At least
Don't
20
you hate
years.
Don't you hate being shown pity by Collingwood supporters?
And he's giving us money too. Far out.
That's how bad he feels.
Did we? Is this right? We traded pick 11 for Kemp. No.
No chance.
Did we?
Hey Mick, did you go to the game
How
tonight?
can we trade pick 11 for Kemp? Impossible.
Maybe we did.
Mick, did you go to the game like
What?
Rocco?
No, I didn't go tonight.
You watched.
No, because it's an away game, so I've got to try and buy $100 freaking ticket to sit there.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't worth it, was it?
No.
And what did you make
Gilbert.
of the game? Where did you reckon? Where do you reckon we lost it, and where did they win it? What did you?
Oh, mate, I said my piece sort of earlier with
I'm sorry, I'm asking you to repeat.
No,
yourself.
that's
I
right.
missed it. Sorry.
Really briefly, when Mackay went down, especially, I've noticed the last couple of weeks we've gone back to that long bomb into 50. And why would we continue that? For starters, it's what killed us the first 8 rounds of the year.
Yeah.
More. And then when Josh Fraser came in, all of a sudden we moved away from that.
Yeah.
And then we've brought it back in the last couple of weeks, and especially considering that Kebab can't take a mark, Harry wasn't even there. Why would we continue that long bomb? Why?
And McGovern struggled to take marks.
And Mars was picking it on the live. Like, if we can see it so blatantly, like Mars was, come on, turn and go inside. Come on, move it to the inside, and they just would bomb it in. Like we could see the play, and there were players running to where they should be, and there was no dare. There wasn't any thought to go. And when we did go through there, we did look threatening, but we were just too stagnant. I think the pressure got. I think the pressure got to, and they would have been fatigued as hell as well.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 rotations down for most of the game. That's got to take its toll. It's got to take its toll.
Chera had actually been in pretty good form the last few weeks, and for him to have yet another injury, he'll probably go to Geelong next season and play 3 or 4 seasons of brilliant football, knowing the way that we turn him over. But it's a real shame that he was in pretty good form. I know you said he didn't play well tonight, but it's just disappointing that as soon as he started to hit his straps, he gets nailed again by an injury. It's just
when's the last time Adam Chera played up like to round 22?
Never has.
Never.
Well, can I tell you something? They had a stat up tonight. Adam Chera, I think, missed the last 4 matches of last year, 3 out of the last 4 matches the year before, and the last 4 or 5 matches in the year before that. So if he's out again for the next 4 or 5 weeks with hamstring again, it's the same thing. He just cannot see out a season. His body does not allow him to endure a 23-round season. He's always out of the team in the last 4 or 5 weeks for the last 3 to 4 years.
How bad is that?
Every season without fail. So
You talk about like, has Kemp lived up to a first rounder? Has Chera lived up to a pick?
Well, he's another one. He cost us pick 6. And Adam Sard
was originally a pick 5. So so he hasn't lived up to it.
Well, they said that Chera has not become an A-grade midfielder. They even said that on the footy tonight, that Chera has failed to improve since he left Fremantle.
Could have told you that the first year we got him, the second year we got him, the third year. Usually you give players a chance, but far out. For the money
at the end of 2021, right? We got him at the end of 2021. Correct. So this is his 5th season with us. I don't think he's played 100 games for us yet.
Nah. Just
Could be wrong, but I don't think he's played 100 games for us yet.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough, mate.
Fig's saying, give him up for first. You're not going to get a first rounder for him.
No. He was our best player last week, but this week, nothing.
Be lucky to get a second round for him.
I'm just trying.
By the
to
way, I
think.
noticed again that apart from Ben Ainsworth, who kicked 2 goals, all the other small forwards didn't hit the scoreboard. I think that's an issue, isn't it? What do you reckon, Dave? I mean,
I still think Taylor Byrne was a serviceable player tonight.
Sure. They did their thing. Even Frankie Evans, he was in and out. He tried hard, but they can't hit the scoreboard. These guys, when you need them to do that. When we lost our tall forwards like Harry, we needed the small forwards to rove off those packs, but they don't seem to have the skill to do that. I don't know if they train it or whether they don't, but they just don't ever seem to hit the packs in the way that small forwards used to for Carlton many years ago, and they don't rove off that.
The entries don't help him either, Vince. Like those entries are they're being outmarked. So the ball's not even being contested for it to hit the ground for a small forward.
Yeah,
that's what
fair
hurts.
Call too. Yeah,
we're not even contesting the marks in the forward.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway.
I've got his presser, so if we want to watch it, we can watch
it.
Hey,
ask a cheeky question.
Yep. Go
for it, Mick.
No, I think I'm late. Hey, I want to go back quickly to the trade bongs. I missed a question. You know, you're real big on the Zach Butters thing, as most of us are.
Yeah.
Right now, if you were to take one of the two, would it be Logan Morris or Zach Butters?
Oh, fuck. Logan Morris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about everyone else?
I'd go Logan Morris because we need a forward, man. Hopefully we get, which we will now. We're going to end up fucking that low that we'll pick up Cody Walker, no drama. We'll have enough points and points slipped over. I would go Logan Morris.
Logan Morris, not because I think he's better than Zach Butters, because they're not really the same player, but we need a key forward more than we need a midfielder. And Zach Butters does not actually kick all that many goals. If you have a look at his stats, he actually doesn't kick many goals at all.
He's a creator, though. He is a creator.
He's a creator of goals, but he doesn't kick many.
He might create you 40 goals instead of, But no, I see your point. No, we need a killer up top. But what I do have is it's finally out. I mean, it was out before, but by the time they fucking put it up, where are we here? Share and there we go. All right, let's do it all again.
All right.
Keen to hear this. Let me know. Just give me a thumbs up if it's good audio. And everyone in the chat.
Where do you reckon Collingwood got on top of you tonight? I thought they were more efficient going forward. I think we were 36% scores per inside 50. I mean, it's been an area of our game we've had to try and address, and I don't think we're anywhere near the level we need to be in that space. Just going inside 50 and connecting, and you lose a target like Harry, and I don't think we adjusted well enough there. I thought their contest around the ground was better than ours. They looked more reliable in the contest times. And then offensively, I thought we were slow to get our game going the way we wanted. Maybe turn the ball over in some areas where they hurt us the other way. They look like a team that's for longer than what we have. We've still got some work in front of us that we've known. The information we got, he wasn't okay to continue, so we'll get a scan on him and assess him early in the week.
How frustrating is that for every fire to Walsh?
Yeah, footy moment. It's one of those things.
Do you think it's the knee damaged, or is it a pain management issue? Can you shed any light?
No, I think we're in the space of knowing that he couldn't continue and having to get some more information on it early in the week. I can't right now shed any more light on Harry's situation other than he couldn't come back onto the field.
He did have the ice on the outside of the knee. So if you're looking at the anatomy of the knee, it's a medial. So I don't know anything yet, but could be a medial or could be meniscus. So who knows right now? But yeah, usually if it's on the outside of the knee, it's a medial. So yeah, we'll see.
It didn't look like a heavy knock, though. Did you sort of see the knock? Or?
It didn't look like a heavy knock.
Yeah, well, it seemed fairly innocuous. That like knee on knee.
Yeah, those ones can sometimes look worse than what they appear. I don't know. I haven't received any more information on it.
No, carrying out either.
Yeah, just hamstring tightness. So, obviously couldn't take any further part in the game, and he's been in terrific form for us. So he was certainly a loss.
Did you take a bit of precaution with him, given his history with soft tissue injuries?
Yeah, same precaution as we take with all the players, that we don't want to put him out there at any further risk. And Adam was maybe at risk of doing more damage had we put him back out there.
Do you think it unsettled the forward line? Did you have to make adjustments with Harry off?
We had to make some adjustments, and I don't think we executed those adjustments well. I think we finished +2, maybe certainly in the positive going inside 50. But our method looked poor. I didn't think we won enough contests in front of the ball. And to be honest, 9 weeks ago we knew that we had to continue to grow our game and play a style of football that we believe will stack up moving forward for this footy club. And part of that is understanding that we have to be able to change the way we play in games, and we're not at that level just yet. So the game gave us more feedback, and we know we've got more work in front of us. And I can tell you that no one was getting too far ahead of themselves when we were getting some wins, and we'll stay pretty measured around not getting a result and the work that we have to do.
He's just like, sorry to stop it, but far out, he's refreshing to hear. Like, he just tells it as it is. There's no bullshit,
That's
no
what I was trying to say
sugarcoating.
before.
It's great. It's good. I mean, you're going to learn something out of it, even if you're not learning a lot. You're learning what we're not doing right, and I agree. Fucking forward centre, we couldn't keep the ball in our forward line, even when we try to create a stoppage, which is absurd.
Sense that although you want to win, that's obviously what everyone wants to do, but this season is about, as you said, those lessons, and being competitive is far more important than maybe the points.
I think that's a fair comment. So when this change happened, my message was that we wanted to make sure the club was in a better place at the end of our journey this season, and that was regardless of outcome. So we know the work that's in front of us. You get some results and you think you're fixed. We never thought that. We were looking at our game. We were committed to exposing different players to the system. We're committed to playing a certain way, and we're not quite there. That's our reality. It doesn't mean we don't go out and try and win every week and get a result. That's not what I'm saying, but clearly we've got work to do, and a part of that will be exposing players to AFL football and finding out who can help this football club move forward and play a game style that we believe in time will stand up.
Is there also a sense that the game really wasn't done until maybe a goal kick in the final 2 minutes? Yeah. The fact that you're still presenting a threat that late in a game, even if the margin's not one kick, that's important, right?
100%. Yeah, I thought the willingness to fight and continue to play a way was important. So I saw evidence of that. But then there's the method attached to it as well. So we have to now review what that method looked like. And sometimes there's a desperation to try and do the right thing. And in actual fact, it's not the right thing. So I think by and large, the intent from our players is to take the club forward and play this way and be better for it. But we've got some refining to do with individuals and with our system, which we've known the whole way through.
Do you think it's that efficiency inside 50, not just tonight, but probably across the last few weeks, that's still the main work on at the moment?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's been our story for the majority of the year. I think we're transitioning the ball much better than what we have previously, but we are not scoring or capitalising on that transition anywhere near efficiently enough. So it's personnel, it's structure, it's patterning, it's decision with the ball. And then when you don't connect, you put your defence under pressure, which I thought we did too often tonight. But again, this is not a quick fix. These are things that we have to continue to train, continue to educate. We've made some improvements, but as I said, we're nowhere near where we need to be.
A number of the younger players stood up tonight. Jagger Smith was one and Billy Wilson too. How did you see their game?
Yeah, important for us and where we're heading. And these are guys that we've been able to, Jagger, we know his story and he's had a big impact, but Billy's a guy that we've been able to expose to this level and he's become really important for us. So he looks like a Carlton footballer every time he takes the field, which is exciting. There's other young players as well. Wade Dirkson's not a young guy, but he comes into our system, and Cooper Lord gets an opportunity tonight. And Liam Reedy, again, not a young player, but not a lot of experience at this level. So we're very much finding out about our list and, again, who can help take us forward.
How do you go about supporting Brody Kemp and just getting his confidence back in front of goal?
Yeah, he's working hard on it. He is, and sometimes he can goal kicking and he maybe work too hard. He's spending a lot of time on it. We'll have a considered approach to what he's doing and what his method looks like, and we'll keep giving him some positive reinforcement around that. That's something we need to take a look at and support him with.
Josh, much was said and written about
Fair
Elijah
enough.
last game here against Collingwood. Were you able to sort of, shed any light on his well-being or whether he was closer to a return to football?
My understanding with Elijah is he's getting all the support he needs, both through the club and privately, and we're all in the space of wanting to see him return to full health, and we're supportive of that. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Right, that's the first time we've heard of Elijah Holland's name being mentioned. Before that, I like what he had to say about Brody Kemp as well, or Kebab. Many times when a coach is asked about a player, they do not give an answer and go, yeah, it's all. But he knows that he needs to work on it, and he's been working on it. So good, honest answer. I love it. It's good. It's good to hear. Far out. Under he who shall not be named, it would have been dancing around the bush. So it's. I like to hear it. So good. He knows. We know where we're at. It's good that they know where we're at. Let's be honest. Far out. I don't think they're going to be pushing up trees and making the top four, maybe like Melbourne this year. But it was finally an Elijah Holland's question's been asked. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not about that. But
You know why, Mars? Because he the last game he played was against Collingwood. So here we are 12 weeks later. I think that was in round 6, and now we're in round 18. So,
Nah, it's but he honoured truthfully, and it's fucking. I mean, they got, as I said, if you're lining up with Brody Kebab and Mitch McGavin as your forward line to start the year, you got a lot of problems ahead of you in the forward line. So
one of the disappointing things is our VFL team's got a bye this week, so we don't get a chance to look at who might possibly come in and show some form. Again, it's just a quirk of the fixturing, which the VFL dogs dinner at the best of time. But of all the times to have a bye, this is not ideal.
Well, they probably might have a scratch match or maybe something against somebody. I don't know. Maybe an intra-club match or something, but probably not. But I don't know.
That's the problem, isn't it? Like we all right, so Kebab no good. I mean, who are you going to bring in? Who are you going to bring in? Like Moya? Like you were saying, David, they've been playing him in defence at the moment. So who are you going to bring in? If we leave out Kebab or
No one in the VFL team, as much as the VFL team's travelling well, there's nobody kicking bags of goals. No. It's all
there's no one to bring
evenly spread. Very evenly spread.
I'd argue you don't need bags of goals. You just need someone to contest better than him. He's not even contesting. Like, he's not. When was the last time he took a good contested mark?
I think he can test. I just don't think he can finish.
But even his marking's not up to scratch.
If he's kicking for goal was better tonight. I was just looking at the quarter-by-quarter scores. We went from 2 points down at quarter time where we kicked 2 goals 4 and missed our first 3 shots that probably could have been goals, all of them, right, to 3 goals. So 2 points down at quarter time, we could easily have been up by 3 goals. Then they outscored us by 1 goal every quarter. They kicked 3 goals 2 to 2 goals 2. Then they kicked 5 goals 2 to 4 goals 2 in the third quarter. And then they kicked 3 goals 2 to 2 goals 1. So it went from 2 points to 8 points to 14 points to 21 points. Basically a goal a quarter it was increased by. Now, if we had a kick straighter, we could very well have made that a real close, 1 goal in it type game, because they finished with 20 scoring shots, kicking 14 goals, 6 really nicely accurate, weren't they? To our 10-9. And a lot of our points were kicked in that first half.
And last week, Fogarty got a 30-something touches, but he was playing mostly in the midfield, and there was a reason why he was dropped. Flynn Young kicked a couple of goals, but again, there was a reason why he was dropped. So the answers aren't necessarily there. But I still think gambling on someone like Moira or O'Keefe is worth it just to give him a chance, because there's nothing ventured, nothing gained. But yeah, there's no answers coming from the Magoos at this stage.
I just don't think. Maybe Moya. I think Moya, if anything. Hudson O'Keefe just isn't ready. He's not equipped yet to play AFL football. I think he needs a good 2 years in the VFL, to be honest.
And Flynn Riley showed last week that he's got potential, but he needs to build up. He needs to build up a tank. He was gassed by second quarter, mate.
No, I know that, but fuck, the conditions didn't help. And in your first game, and you're going against Lloyd Meek, who's 120 kilos, like he's leaning on you all game. I thought it would have been a good matchup for him this week. That Darcy Cameron is less physical type and is a more mobile type. So he would have, I think, progressed better in the game. So I was surprised that Liam Reedy came in, to be honest.
Well, how did you rate Liam Reedy's performance tonight, boys?
There was one circumstance where he literally got the guy in a headlock and was surprised that they gave the free win. It's just little things like that. You would think Cruiser as a mentor is drilling these guys and teaching them how to use their bodies better, and situations like that don't help.
Cameron's experience. You could see his experience.
Yeah, he lost the front position too many times. How many times did he give away the front position?
Are we missing Pitternet or not?
Oh, Piternet's a seasoned ruckman. Of course you are. He's a seasoned ruckman.
So if he's fit again, how long before he's ready to come back?
20. So next round, I think.
Yeah.
So ruck stocks as well. They need another workaround again. I think we need
We've
minimum.
We've got 4 ruckmen on our list, and you wouldn't say one of them is anything better than a C grade, really.
No. Well, Hudson
between Pitnet, Reedy, Riley and Hudson O'Keefe. I mean, is there anyone there that's better than C grade?
No, you got 2 project players in now, Flynn Riley and what's his name, and Hudson O'Keefe, who they want to do as ruck forwards. And then you've got Pitternet, who's the seasoned ruckman that will try and get them through. And then you've got Liam Reedy, who we just free hit, get him for genuinely nothing. You give up a bit of capital 1 year. Throw caution to the wind, and he can help those kids in the VFL. That's all that is. And then you get a chance in the ones, and if he takes it, he takes it. If he doesn't, well, we go again. It's just simple.
I reckon we need another 30-something. We need someone like a Rowan Marshall or someone that's unhappy, disappointed. Bring him in.
Good call.
I'd love to see him.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I could get Rowan Marshall, I'd get him in a heartbeat.
What is he, 28?
Exactly what he's 30. He's 30 years of age.
Perfect.
He's exactly what we need. And Ruckman are proven to come good at around about the 38 years of age.
Correct. If they cut Williams and Sard and a couple of others end of the year, we've got plenty of money in the bank. We should be going for a few players like this.
Oh, mate, there'll be plenty of money in this bank, mate. There'll be no one left at the end of the year. They have to. The Roll Marshall's not a bad job. I like him. He's a good footballer. What is he, uncontracted at the end of the year?
Yeah, and he's unhappy too because he's not the number one anymore. Whereas with us, he's number one.
It's how much you're going to give. How much you're going to give up for Royal Marshall not being in the premiership window. I mean, you can change your fortunes, but not being in the premiership window. How much are you going to give of your capital to get him? And he'll be wanting big money, at least 1.1 million.
Yeah, I was going to say he wasn't getting, but I think
he'd be looking at what the Conning's on and saying, "Well, shit, why aren't I worth almost as much as that?"
You know, he'd at least want 900K. And this is what I mean. Where are we at? I like him. I think it's a great call. But where are we at right now? And does it meet the expectations of Royal Marshall, where he could probably go to Geelong, who are probably going to pay?
Well, Geelong wanted him. Geelong wanted him, and he wanted to go to Geelong. If you recall, he actually made a trade request. St Kilda dug their heels in and ended up saying, "No, we're hanging on to him, and that's it, whether you like it or not." Now, who knows? Geelong might still want him, but Geelong is not the sort of club that's going to come out and pay you the same as what St Kilda offered to Conning. Nowhere near.
You get a farm.
Yeah, they'll give him a start.
Yeah, but he also knows that he's going to guarantee himself finals
That's
in his
true.
contract, and he can all. So you take maybe
And he'll be
100,
their number one
200K
ruckman
less.
because he'll take the mantle off Rhys Stanley, and he'll be the number one ruckman for the next 5 years. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where you got to outweigh the pros and cons. Oh, one is also, I think, what's his name? His navy blue corner. Tom, his name is. He made a good one at the start of the year. Cooper Trembath. I know he's young and he's
Right.
only 18, but fuck, he could be something special. Now they won't let him go North Melbourne, but geez, he's going to be a very good footballer. He could nearly win the Rising Star this year. I'm not saying he is, but he'll feature in the top 5 easy. He's come on leaps and bounds from the start of the year. He's actually really impressed me. So, yeah, no, Ruckman's an issue, but forward to centre, we are.
I did notice that Brett Thornton's son had a good game for the under-16s again.
Oh.
He's a prospect coming forward.
There's another one. I can't wait. Thornton, Tudor, fucking
Walker.
Can't wait.
We're going to have like every generation of player morphed into one, and we're going to still finish last.
We're going to rebuild the 95 season with their kids and still be shit.
They're trying to get Stephen Kernahan to have another kid with his wife at age 63 because they only had 2 daughters. They want him to have a son this time.
We can go for it.
Unbelievable.
Nick Costa, I think, is a Collingwood supporter. Need high leaping ruckman these days. We miss Youngstein. Yeah, he was good against us last game as well. When he kicked his 2 goals as well, and he was pretty good. Spaducius, Rocco.
By the way, I've noticed Mars on the AFL website. I was just quickly looking at the game match report, and they listed Darcy Cameron as the best player on the ground.
Really?
Yeah, Darcy Cameron, Nick Dacos, McCreary, Membry, Houston, and Anderson were their best players. They listed 6. I'll just say those again: Cameron, Nick Dacos, McCreary, Membry, Houston, and Anderson. And Carlton's best players were listed as Walsh, Smith, Cripps. So there's your 3 midfielders: Harry Dean and Nick Haynes.
Yeah, that's about right.
No, I thought Harry Dean wasn't that good. I thought he got beaten tonight.
He made a blue that cost us a goal as well, but under a lot of pressure. But
he made a couple of blues
under a lot of pressure. But you know, he's got a few mates in that bracket.
As I said, man, he's fucking 8, and you know me, I don't make any excuses for anybody, but 18 years old, no waitering. Fuck, you're gonna come under pressure. Look. McStay always turns into Brendan Favola when we verse him. Membry never misses. This bloke. Imagine if they had Jamie Elliott tonight.
No, don't start me.
You know what I mean?
And Schultz would have kicked 5.
Crazy. You know who I thought was poor with ball in hand tonight? Now, his stats will probably maybe say no, but when he needed to execute,
Who?
Yeah, Nick Newman.
Yes. I didn't like
I thought he was poor. I think he's been poor. And now, what he's come back from, I've always said he's been fucking, he's surprised me the way he's come back. But his past 2 weeks have just, and it's coincided with the team's performance as well, that he dropped both games. He's just been some of the kicks he's trying, and some of the, I understand, and you can probably pull them off, but it's just execute and timing when to do it. So I thought he's been poor. Billy
Wilson cost us a goal tonight too. Poor kid.
He's trying to do things.
Geez, it was a howler of a kick, and it cost us a goal straight away. It just left our defence completely exposed.
This is also the setup forward of centre. Like sometimes I was watching and then they'd show behind, and there was nothing to kick to. They'd switch the ball, but Collingwood just outnumbered us on the fat side, and they just got there way too. They're always 5 meters in front. I'm just going, fuck, now you need to go back the other way. And at least
Billy Wilson's trying to take it on, whereas someone like Lewis Young would just be paranoid and petrified.
Yeah, I agree. He's going to make those mistakes. He's only a kid, and he's got to learn from it. He's got to be shown the vision, and that's the only way they're going to learn, to have these experiences. Harry Dean's in the same boat. By the way, I mentioned those 3 midfielders that were listed as our best players, Cripps, Walsh, and Smith. The 2 other midfielders that I didn't feel really had much effect at all were George Hewitt, and I wonder whether he really was over that back injury, and Cooper Lord. What did you make of those two players tonight?
Cooper Lord had a good first quarter, I thought. I thought he was like probably one of our best in that first quarter, but then he just slowly disappeared out of the game. And Hewitt was he was okay.
Like he got 26 possessions, but I hardly noticed much of him, you know.
Yeah.
But even Walsh, apart from like a small period of the game, really wasn't damaging at all tonight.
He was an accumulator, but that's the way he is.
He did it last week. He accumulated last week. He got 35 and just apart
That's why
from
statistics are relevant.
It doesn't hurt the opposition that much.
It's impact on a game, so you can get as many possessions as you want. But going both ways, they just were ineffectual. They couldn't stop their runs, and they couldn't start runs, and that's the problem. And like you were saying with Noodles, he didn't have that link-up opportunity with Lord. He didn't get those opportunities to find an unmarked Akers or Cottrell. They just weren't presenting there at all. The whole team was just nullified.
Well, our wingers, when we go to spread, they couldn't get in front of them. Our wingers were non-existent. That's what I was saying before.
Too quick for our wingers. Our wingers were left flat-footed quite a number of times.
Akers
was left flat-footed a number of times.
And then he started going through. I saw him at one point. He was at full forward.
Yeah.
Like I'm serious. Was I going crazy or something?
Yeah, he was playing everywhere.
What the fuck? I was going, what?
We look lost. We look lost for most of the game.
This is what happens when you expose a list this far, though. Like, I think we've done now 40-odd play, nearly 40 plays in our list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've nearly used every single player on our list available. Like, I think it's 39 now. I'm pretty sure. So it's a lot of players to use.
There's not many on the list that haven't had a game this year.
Yeah, no, everyone's really had a crack at
probably only
temporarily.
Harry Charlison would be one.
Yeah, and he's worth a look at.
Well, that's what Fraser said. I mean, this is what he's there for now to see
which players can and which can't.
Yeah, that's all you can do now. We've got to see who wants to.
So it's going to be pretty much experimenting between now and the end of the season.
It has to be now.
Yeah,
it has to be, and we still can't find them. Like you think about it, especially this year, the wing scenario has actually got worse now. Now we really don't look like we've got anyone. We got maybe Akers, but he's like a bit of an older guy, and then. We're trying.
Well, they dropped Ollie Florent. Not Ollie Florent. Ollie Hollands.
Yeah. So that's becoming losing Carroll. So that position,
Carroll was a big one.
The forward line
he's been a
really looked.
No, because they're asking who is Noodles, and it's Newman. Newman.
Newman. Yeah. And we just look like, to me, like watching the game. I think someone made the comment before that it's just Collingwood are just hardened. They know where to be. They know where they should be, and it felt like that all game. And it just feels like we try. I can see that we're trying, but when it comes and there's pressure, we just seem to fail every time when the pressure's on. And we're trying to do the right things, but while we're trying to do the right things, we're making the wrong decisions. How many times they kicked long and there was a free player that they could have gone?
I lost it so many times.
Yeah, and they do it every time. They're trying to do the right thing, but under that pressure, they seem to be making the wrong decisions. And this is our experienced players too. Like even Cripps tonight was poor at times, making these wrong decisions,
Yes.
And he tries to take on the game. And I think I find Walsh is
trying to do too much. See, Walsh trying to do too much.
Is starting to fall into that trap now. Yeah. He's starting to look like he wants to do too much, right? And making those wrong decisions, So, and when that happens, we just look very thin.
I agree with you, Rocco, in terms of Collingwood. See, they made a lot of mistakes tonight too. They also turned the ball over and gave it back. They weren't that great. I thought Collingwood were more impressive when they didn't have the ball. That's where they beat us, because every time they lost the ball, you just see them structure up. You see how they have players that go back and defend ground and all that. I mean, that's where they beat us tonight. They were far better organised than what we were.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Because how many times, right, did we go into the forward line, into our
As many as
forward
they
line?
did.
They
As many
turn
as
it
they did.
over.
Yeah.
They turn it over. They kick it, and we would get the ball back in the middle,
Yeah.
along the
Yeah.
wing, and then and you're right. Every time we had the ball, they were like madmen.
Mm.
Every time there was a ball, there was like 3 or 4 players around them. Like really, the pressure Carlton would do it 1 or 2 extra handballs because they were in so much pressure, making mistakes.
But this is just, I think, go, Dave.
Vince, one of the things we've heard Hyphen say countless times is that he hates when players say, "Oh, I ran my patterns well tonight."
Oh.
Are any of our players actually running patterns anymore? I mean, it's one thing to say, but we're not actually running patterns at all.
The players that seem to run patterns and never get the ball for us is Ollie Hollins and Matt Carroll. They are just geniuses at doing running patterns and running probably 17 kilometres a game for about 9 possessions each.
But you talking about Carroll.
I didn't say Carroll. I said Cottrell.
No, you said Carroll.
Oh, did I say Carroll? I meant, sorry, I beg your pardon.
I think you meant Cottrell, yeah.
I meant Cottrell,
because I was thinking Cottrell's the same.
No, Carroll was a star for us before. Yeah. He's been probably the biggest loss we've had in terms of injured players, to be honest.
Cottrell should be, he runs his patterns so well, he should be a fucking dressmaker, that bloke, man. His patterns are running superbly. Getting the football and doing something with it, not so good.
Yeah. I mean, the endeavour's there, but they just don't know how to find the ball enough. That's the problem. They just don't get their hands on the ball enough. And I agree with you. Tonight, our wingers were very disappointing. I was disappointed in Akers. I was expecting him to have a good game. But
I expected our wings to do well with Chera and Akers on the wing. I thought, we're going to do well. We could win that battle. But smacked in that battle.
We got smacked. Yeah.
But that's when you're looking at a team that's how long are they into that system now? 5 years, 6 years, or whatever. What are they? 5 years or 6 years, whatever it is, right? And then you're looking at us, and we don't really have. There's no system, to be honest. I think it's just not throw caution to the wind, but try and make it look like a 2026 style of gameplay. Like we don't know what. Like, is he going to be the coach? Is he not going to be the coach? He's just implementing. He's just doing what we should have been doing. You know what I mean?
That's right, from day one. I wish he had been coach from day one in hindsight, because
this is why
we're all generals after the battle. But in hindsight, how good would it have been if we had Josh Fraser from the start of the year?
Oh, anyone. This is why I kept saying at the start of the year, mate, put anyone, not just put anyone there, but go through the process and whatever. I don't want to sit on this fucking coaching thing again. But what I'm saying is that you've gone from that to that, and you're just playing 2026 style of football now. You're playing the meta, get as much speed on the ball, handball, get a chain of handballs, and then just get that last kick. And that's, sometimes we get it right, sometimes we don't.
Well, look what Fraser said tonight, right? We're just going to try to be, see who wants to be there, see who's going to push us forward. That's not how a footy season should go. Oh, let's see who's going to be there. And this is the problem now. We're in the middle of nowhere, no man's land. We don't know if we're coming or going at the moment. Are we there to win games to make the finals, or are we there looking for the future? Like, you can't play footy like that. The players don't know if they're going to be there. You know what I mean? Maybe we had that 5 or 6 week period where they started believing, maybe we can do something, and then you start. But now you're back in that spot where we're going, who's going to be there? Are we playing for finals? Are we playing for next year? Are we playing for the year after? Am I going to be here? Is he going to be my coach? We haven't even got a bloody recruiting manager at the moment. So it's just...
We haven't got a recruiting manager, we haven't got a list manager, and we haven't got a senior coach. And
this
until
is
we fill
why,
those positions, who's going to want to come?
And I don't want to sound like a broken record again, but this is why, when I left, remember when I left, and then when I came back and I kept saying the same thing, right? Yeah. And when I came back and I kept saying the same, it's not about, I was checked out. Season's done, right? I know that we went on a win streak, great. But I think that's great for the kids because they need to learn how to win, right?
Yep.
They need to learn how to win. But for the older personnel in this team, these wins don't mean, let's be honest, the win, what do they really mean? They know if they make the finals, right, you're making up the numbers. All right, you might steal one. But we don't have the cattle to go deep and win a grand final.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm looking. And then, look, you go list managers, list recruiters, a coach. We don't have any of it. We don't even have a game plan. Let's be honest. We don't have a game plan. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not like I'm not trying to be like fucking like Nostradamus or look, you're Albert Einstein. It's not about being that. It's just I'm looking at it from a forward-thinking point of view and going, oh, like what are we? Like, what are we doing? We're just saying, oh, they got wins. Fuck, great, good on you. But it started, the quality just started dropping off. The Richmond game, the game before that. And now
even the Essendon game before the bye.
You get to these bona fide teams that are going to be, they're finals bona fide every single year, and you're gonna get found out. You might steal a win against Gold Coast this week. You might, because they're not finals bona fide. They're a bunch of cats. They're no good. But they'll probably come out. Maybe they'll win. Who knows, right? But then when you look at it, the next games after it, they probably won't even win a game. To the end of the year, might win one more game. And good on it. I'm happy that they've learned to win for the young kids. That's what I've.
Is Mars frozen?
Am I? Am I frozen?
No,
I'm done.
No, you're good.
Oh, you're good. I'm good. Sorry, it must
It's
be
probably your internet. Don't blame me. It's your internet, mate. Yeah, it's your internet. But yeah, that's what I was just trying to get at. My point, where are we going? What do we look like? Like, I don't even know. Like, yeah, it's great. You live on a whim, but mate, you can't build great clubs on a whim. It doesn't work like that.
Mars, the way I see it is since Josh Fraser's taken over, he has definitely tweaked the game plan.
Yeah,
he's made it a more modern day style of game plan.
Yes,
that's fit for today's football. Because a lot of teams are focusing on ball movement, and that's where the contest and pressure style of football that Voss was trying to drill into them. That might have been fine 5 years ago, and that's probably what got us to the preliminary final of 2023. But 3 years later, the style of game has changed a lot. And I think what Fraser has done is gotten us to change and tweak our game plan so that we're not just bombing it in as much, although tonight, as Dave pointed out, we seem to fall back into that trap again. But he's trying to get them to do those 45-degree kicks into the corridor and stuff like that. So I think he's seeing which players are conducive to that on our list and which ones are struggling with it. And I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to decipher which of the players on our list are we going to move forward with and which ones, given the opportunity to perform, are failing. And that's where I think at the end of the year, they need to really look at this and say, right, is this player capable of playing the game plan that we need today?
And whether
it's a tall player or a medium-sized player or a small player.
He'd be working hand in hand with Chris Davies and Graham Wright. Like they would have been, all right, we're going to put you in. We need you to play, like obviously have your own style of play, but we need you to look like a modern style. Like 2026, we need it to look like that because we need to see who's capable and what you said is conducive, who can play this modern brand of football. And if they can't, it's see you later. If they can't hold up, see you later, and it's on to the next. We need to go through the list now. It's simple as that. Yeah. It's like that's where we're at.
You've got key forwards in Harry, in Kemp, in McGovern, and I'm going to throw Cripper in there as well. When any of these guys get the ball inside 50 with a set shot, nobody has any faith whatsoever that they're going to convert. No. It's completely destroyed. And the players must have that feeling on the ground as much as the fans.
If we feel it, they feel exactly the same thing. Yeah. No confidence, man. I reckon I was saying this to Dylan, when McGovern kicks that goal, I don't know who kicked it when he marked it in there, right? I think
you mean when he did the left foot kick, McGovern?
Yeah. So he got it.
Yeah, that was right on the point post.
Yeah. So when he took that mark, I think looking there, Kemp was free too, and whoever kicked it, I can't remember, but kicked along to McGovern, or he might have even been trying to go for goal. Who knows? And I looked at Dylan and I said, they probably saw.
I thought it was actually, was it Frankie Evans? I think it might have been Frankie Evans.
I think it was Frankie. And I said, they probably saw Kemp on his own, but they decided.
It was Billy Wilson. It was a missed kick. He went for goal and it came from the inside of his foot and it drifted. Okay. Yeah. He went for goal.
Let me finish my story because I said like he might have been because we're going, you reckon he was going for goal? And going, yeah, I don't know. I reckon he was going for goal, but whatever. But even if they saw Kemp, I reckon subconsciously, if they see Kemp and McGovern, they would subconsciously go to McGovern. I reckon they would try to avoid Kemp. Because Kemp, no one has any confidence when Kemp's going for goal. Like
He was also.
I'd rather see Kemp having a shot where he's got to curl the ball around his body from the
100%.
freaking
That's the
boundary
only
line
time you're
than
confident.
from directly in front.
And that's what I'm saying. Now, wouldn't the players have subconsciously think that themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And doesn't that affect your game?
Yeah.
I commented on this, Rocco, in the live because I saw it as well. Kemp was standing there with his hands up, but he was also stationary. He wasn't moving. He wasn't running with the ball. Like that's how much of a banana he is because he should have ran in and either shepherded for Billy Wilson or asked for the handball. Not stand stationary and put my hands up and go, I'm here. No one gives a fuck that you're there. You're 40 minutes out and you haven't kicked from there all year. Yep. So why would we give you the ball?
Yeah.
I'm glad Billy Wilson had that shot. Miss or not, he should have had that shot.
The one on McGovern when he snapped it around the body on his left, that was the handball chain. That was our best move of the night. That was the handball chain that Wilson started, and then he went for goal, and he didn't scuff it, but he miskicked it, and it fell into his lap, and I'm going, fuck. I'm like, all right, you kick this, you might be on. But this is a cracker comment. Rocco Moro, David, are you keeping an eye on those planes coming in for landing?
I saw that.
I swear he's in flight control tower.
Yeah.
It does
Good
I
work.
just want to make sure my sultry voice is crystal clear.
Dave's just keeping an eye on another aeroplane full of illegal immigrants coming across.
Hey, guys. I'm going to do a Carlton and I'm going to check out early.
Okay.
It's time to go!
Thank you, Rocco. And yeah, he went to the game with Dylan. It would have been a nice chilly night, but it is what it is, huh?
I'm going to jump to because I've got a coach in the morning.
Oh, yes. All right. Which one are you coaching?
Luck,
Both,
Mick.
right?
Yeah, under 11s, the boys.
Yeah, nice. All right. Good luck.
All the best,
It's time to go!
Yeah, it's been we're back here again. It's because of the old enemy. That's why.
So, Vince, looking into next week, would you be making any statement changes to the team with the inefficiency of Kemp or the midfield? I mean, we're going to have obviously two injuries which you might have to contend with in Chera and Harry.
Well, I would assume that there's two out straight away. I don't think either of them are going to be up to playing next week. I don't. You never know, but you've got to assume at this stage with a hamstring injury to Chera and a knee injury, which looks severe enough at least that he didn't play out the game tonight, which some people have sort of expressed their opinion that he was piss weak for not even trying to come back on the ground. You know, almost took the opportunity to stay off rather than try and make the effort to come on. But you'd have to assume that Harry's going to be severely doubtful for next week. So there's two outs. Wiedering's still not back yet.
No,
he's not back until round 21 or 22.
I don't think he'll play for the rest of the year, to be honest. They just ice him.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's the player that's due to come back this week from injury?
Pitternet.
Pitternet. So Pitternet will probably come back. Reedy, I don't know. Do they play two ruckmen against Gold Coast?
Maybe
I don't know that you need to. You're up against
maybe O'Keefe might come in.
Is it Wicks that they play up against, or is there another ruckman there now?
Lewis Young should be available after his concussions, but is he an option? Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know that they'd play him, to be honest. I think
they might swap. Yeah, they might bring him in and the Gherkin goes up forward.
Yeah.
They try. Maybe. I know he tried at the end of the night, but maybe. I mean, we saw him swing it. I'm not sure. As I said, I don't think Hudson O'Keefe's ready, but he might get a go. Maybe Ashton Moy does come in. Zach Williams is done. He's done and dusted.
Is he done and dusted though? Have they made a decision just to not play him anymore? Because
what are you going to do playing him?
I saw an article during the week saying that Williams is looking to, he wants to keep playing and he's happy to go into state. He's even said, "I'm happy to go into state if someone wants to give me a go." Well,
won't be a Carlton.
Sounds like he's been told, mate. We don't want you anymore.
Well, again, like Fogarty last week. I mean, you look at the stats and okay, he got a bunch of the possessions, but in the end, didn't really have an impact.
Is there a future? You got to look at it and say, is there a future with this guy? Is he part of our next premiership? No. If it's not that, I'd rather play the kids. So,
I'd like to see Ben Campriali come in next week. Or Akers. If it's going to be, Ben Campo has to come in. I'm sorry. He has to come in now. I'd bring in both of them, to be honest, Ben and Lucas. Why not?
I'm still nervous about Lucas with the kidneys.
Me either. Me too. But you just play him.
Harry Charlison go. Harry Charlison's in reasonable form in the VFL. You know, he's actually been in pretty good form.
He's been
a very versatile player as well. He's got the height. He's got a reasonable body mass. You would expect his disposal not to be as good as it is, and actually, it's quite effective.
The other thing you got to ask yourself is with no VFL game this week, those three players that were dropped, being Ollie Hollands, Flynn Young, and who was the other one? Not Flynn Young, Flynn Riley, I should say, and the other one was.
Give me a sec. So you had Jack Ison.
Jack Ison.
Ison will probably come
without
back
playing a game to earn their spot back into the team, do you bring any of these guys back? I mean, would you?
Ollie Hollands will probably come back in for Chero, to be honest.
Oh, well, only because of injury, you might do that. But does Jack Ison automatically come back in? And if he does, whose spot's he going to take?
Harry Mackay.
Well, no, Harry Mackay's not going to get taken back. You're not going to swap Harry Mackay with Jack Ison.
You just go a smaller
if he's injured, you have to bring someone in.
I know, but you'd rather bring in someone with some height. Just like you said, a Hudson O'Keefe or an Ashton Moyer or someone like that. Not a roving type like Jack
Ison's pretty tall.
He's like 190 something, yeah.
Yeah, he's not a short
guy.
He
looks like a short guy, mate.
190, yeah, he's 190.
Really? Wow, okay.
Yeah, nah.
Well, then maybe you do. I don't know. I mean, what's the point of dropping them if you're only going to bring them back in again? Without really earning the spot back. But anyway, I think I'd be experimenting between now and the end of the season. I agree with you. Play the Campriali brothers. Let's see if they've got anything. Give them 4 weeks each. Right?
Yeah.
How many games are left? 5. 5 between now and the end of the year. See what they can do in 5 weeks.
I'm happy to just, I mean, if you think you're going to make finals from here, I mean, you need mate, good luck. Good luck. Play to
who hasn't had a go? Are you going to bring back Adam Sard? Really?
No, yuck.
No. So he's another one like Jack Williams. See you later, Adam. Thanks for your service. Goodbye.
It's never done.
To me, it's got to be these young guys who haven't had the opportunity yet. They deserve the opportunity. The 2 Irish guys, forget it. They're not up to it. So,
not good enough.
But, guys like Harry Charlison, Luke and Ben Campriali, there's 3 who have not played football at all this year.
That's nearly it.
I think Campbell Chesser's got to be a big question mark as to whether he gets another gig.
He's played.
I know, but are they going to give him another go back in the seniors? He hasn't done much in the VFL to warrant it, I've got to say.
No, absolutely not.
So
they're the only one.
Then you've got the Lewis Youngs coming back from concussion and stuff like that. But again, is he part of your future? Is he part of your next premiership? I wouldn't have thought so.
It's crazy, man.
Even Jordan Boyd. Jordan Boyd's another one you've got to say goodbye to now, I reckon.
Absolutely.
He's in the Adam Sard, Lockie Fogarty, Zach Williams category. These are guys who we need to probably delist and say goodbye to.
I mean, I was saying this at the start of the year. I mean, I wouldn't. These players have been nowhere near my team, to be honest. I mean, there's no point in playing them. But the kid, the Ben Campo, both of them, you got to play. Who else is there that hasn't played? Obviously,
Harry Charlison.
And that's it. The rest they've all been played. Every single player on this list has been played.
Except for Harry O'Farrell and Jesse Monahan because they've been out with injury all year.
Yeah, Monahan.
Monahan. Yeah,
that's it.
So they're the 3 that are out with injury all year. Yeah.
The full list has been exposed, we've had a good look at a fair few of them this year, to be honest. So,
another player in the VFL that's not on the list who actually have thought is a serviceable year is young Hogg.
I knew you were going to say
son
that.
of a gun.
But he's only a VFL listed player though.
Yeah, and I know he's probably going to be always. No, I know, but for a future prospect, is he? I mean, he's
future,
going to be.
future. Oh, yeah.
His size is going to always see him wanting,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
he's actually played some decent footy.
Is
He
he in
played all right.
relation to our former
Yeah.
Carlton Premiership
Yeah.
player,
Yeah,
Matthew Hogg?
yeah,
His
son of a
son.
gun.
He's another father-son. My
Yeah.
God.
Spitting image of
We're
him
going to
too,
become the club
barrel-chested.
of
Yes.
father-sons.
And and still be last.
Walker,
And
Hogg, Thornton. Who else is already?
Koutafidis.
Koutafidis, Camporeale, far out.
Dean. Who else? There's another one coming. Did you
there's
say
another one
Thornton?
too.
Yeah, you said Thornton.
Yeah, I think there's
Was
seven
it
of them
Dean?
there, Mark.
Was it
There's
Dean
seven
Rice's son?
father-sons. No, he's already
He's
come
done.
and gone. Bailey,
Yeah, no, Bailey Rice.
Bailey
yeah, Bailey
Rice
Rice.
is,
He went. We didn't go to Saint.
he
Didn't
ended
go
up
to
going to
North.
America,
North.
as a punter.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
the list has been exposed, mate. We've nearly seen everybody on our list this year, which is crazy. I mean, that's when you know it's a very bad year or a bleak year, however you want to put it. And we're here again.
Who's that making comments on our chat there? Is that Spudalicious? Is that his name?
Yes, Spaduccius.
Or her name? Is it him or her? I don't know.
Spartacus. Lana Vince is leading
I
the
want to
front.
say I love you too, mate.
Yeah, fire up the church. But yeah, everybody.
By the way,
you go.
I'm just going to say before we're going to wrap up now, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm happy to go.
Yeah.
I've done enough 5 hours.
I was just going to say, unless anyone else wants to keep things going, but don't forget Blue Sunday tomorrow night. I'm going to give you a little sneak preview into my votes for tomorrow, and I'd be interested to know who you two. Before I tell you who I'm going to give my 3 votes to, who did you think was the Carlton's best player tonight? Who would you give you if you had to go 3, 2, 1? Who's your 3?
3, 2, 1.
Probably.
Who are you going to give your 3 votes to?
I'd probably go Walsh, Haynes, and goodness,
Cripps or Smith?
Yeah, Cripps probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about you,
Jagger.
Yep.
I was. What was I? Yeah, probably just Cripps.
See, I know that our midfielders had a lot of the ball, and the AFL's website's gone. Walsh, Smith, Cripps. They're the first 3 names. They all had good games in terms of number of possessions and all that sort of stuff. I don't think any of them were particularly damaging.
Haynes' game.
I'm just going to tell you right now. To me, he was faultless. He did not make mistakes. He was constantly what's the word? Not retaliating. Not like fighting back attacks that were coming. I'm trying to think of the word.
Thwarting.
Well, put it this way: he was constantly defending and taking marks under pressure, and I just think it was a faultless game by Nick Haynes. He's going to get my 3 votes tomorrow night. So I think that's far more value to what the team did tonight than anyone else. Even if they got 25 or 30 touches, I think Nick Haynes' game he could certainly hold his head up very high on what he did tonight. That he's going to get my 3 votes tomorrow night. There you go.
Yeah, that's why even Taylor Byrne, for the few things that he did, they were
Taylor Byrne I thought was impressive.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he was really stiff. At one stage, he was the only player that went into this pack and got the ball, and he ran through and he got pinged for holding the ball. And I thought, where is the incentive to go and get the bloody ball and to try and muscle your way through? I mean, he got immediately tackled as soon as he got the ball, and he gets holding the ball. Absolute. That's what made me so furious with some of those umpiring decisions.
Oh, there was another one with Florent. Didn't even have possession of the ball, got tackled, and it was given against him as holding the ball.
Florent,
didn't like his game.
I like Florent, but he made a couple of blues tonight that really disappointed me, especially that pathetic effort off the ground where he missed the ball. That to me is he's got to get that out of his game. Otherwise, he's been a really good player for us this year.
Yeah, he has been.
Anyway.
Yep. I mean, I
thought, by the way, I think you might have mentioned it earlier, Dave. Hayward. What's gone wrong with him in the last week or so? You don't know what you're going to get with Will from week to week. He could be a star one week and absolutely go missing the next.
Yeah,
I think the last 2 weeks have really sorted out some players in terms of who's ready to step up and who's ready to really, perform when in a crunch game and who goes missing. And unfortunately, in his case, as much as I really think he's a good player, he went missing tonight. Totally missing.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah.
I agree. But anyway, I'm going to love yous and leave yous all. Thank you for joining. Make sure you check out Blue Sunday tomorrow night with Vince and David, the hyphen, Rhys-Jones.
And Seba.
You see Seba on
and
there
I think
as well.
Joe's back. I think Joe
is back. Yes, Joe is
Joe
back.
from Bangkok. So it'll be great to have him back after about a 6-week layoff. And don't forget every Saturday morning with Dave's show on 91.3 Sport FM.
If you let me get through all of this, if you let me get through all of this, and then I can let him sign it off. See, all breaking.
I just wanted to give him a plug.
I know. Monday night banter. Then we've got Tuesday night 7 p.m. Paul is on. Paolo from SEN.
Right?
DJP's very own, but now he is SEN's very own. He'll be on as well. So make sure you join. The gang's back together, just like Toy Story.
That's fantastic.
Then I'll have a preview out tomorrow as well. There'll be a review preview, and then we've got all the other Forever Rivals. What else we got? Selection Blues, and then another game day. You'll be seeing me again. But if
next
you go
Saturday afternoon, of course, against Gold Coast starts the early game, isn't it?
Thank God it's early. Thank God it is early. But anyway,
are we doing an emergency meeting after that or not?
Yeah, we'll do it. Of course, we've got to do it.
One. Okay.
Good. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe. If not, well, then I don't know what else you're doing. It's free. But anyway, we'll love you and leave you. And thank you all. Thank you to everybody that joined us tonight. And thank you to all the guests tonight. Take it easy. Go Blues.
Evening, gentlemen. Go Blues.
Cheers. Go Blues.
For him and himself and everybody around, 'cause